Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Fuentes here at Phil Kinley High School, Coffeyville, Kansas, along with Scott Marlowe and Drew Fuentes taking care of our live stream. Karen Hardesty back in the KLKC studio. And the Lady Vikes will take on the Lady Golden Tornado here at Coffeyville, Kansas. Dan Wall Court. We talked a little bit about Dan Wall a few weeks back. Remember at the Lancer Classic, Scott?
I do remember that.
I said something about it. I was like, he's a pretty good coach. He's got his name on a floor somewhere. And
yeah,
sure enough, we're looking straight down at it.
Yeah, you gotta win a lot of games to get a court named after you. So
yep.
Yeah, he's one of the all-time greats in this area for sure.
Yep. Lady Vikes will take on the Lady NATO here. Lady Vikes come into the game at 12-5, and Scott and I were just chatting off air about the rankings for the state, and the Lady Vikes are in fourth place currently, full game ahead of Lewisburg. But after that loss on Tuesday, or actually last Friday, to Pittsburgh, Lady Vikes can not really afford to lose any of the next three to try to keep that 4 seed, and that's going to come up big because, if the Lady Vikes want a chance to be able to go to state this year, definitely wouldn't be a bad thing to have a couple of home games at Sub-State. But tonight they just need to take care of business. They took care of business when they played the Lady NATO at Parsons, beating them 55-32. The Lady Vikes were playing a Pittsburgh team that was 0-16 last Friday and were knocked off by the Lady Dragons. So you can't take any game lightly. I hope the Lady Vikes aren't taking the Lady NATO lightly, because I'm sure. I've seen some of their scores, and they've been in games against Independence, and Independence is a 15-2 team. I want to say there was a 4-point game the last time the Lady NATO played Independence. So they're going to be here trying to fight for this win, especially being a home game.
Yeah, that loss to Pittsburgh was a very lucid example of how even things can be in the SEK, and how you just can't ever take a night off. And I don't know that the Lady Vikes really took the night off. They just didn't play up to their potential. And then, you had the one hot shooter for Pittsburgh that lit us up for 30 points. And sometimes that just happens. But I remember many years ago, a Wichita State Shocker team that went to the Final Four, their motto was play angry.
Yep.
And I think that's what we're going to see the Lady Vikes do tonight. When you lose to a team that was 0-16 and you were sitting with 12 wins,
yep.
And it happens on your home floor.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
So I think we're going to see a big night from Scheibe. I think we're going to see a huge night from Hinman. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a big night from somebody like Patel or Ray as well. I just think the Lady Vikes are going to come to play tonight. But like you said, Coffeyville, they're playing a lot better.
Exactly.
And even if we do play angry and play as well as we can, doesn't necessarily mean an easy win tonight.
Exactly. But hopefully the Lady Vikes can get off to a good start and get on the right page here. And they got a big game coming this Friday night at home against the Lady Bulldogs that are currently sitting at 15-2, and I think they're tied with Fort Scott for the SEK lead. I'm not sure if they played each other twice or not. One of them was 15-2, one of them was 14-2. I'm not sure, if that's, each one of them beat each other already. If they've already played twice, I didn't look at that. But I think the Lady Vikes need to get this big win tonight and then move forward to Friday night, and hopefully can play tough against Indy again. Does it look like we're going to have the national anthem?
Yep, sure does.
All right, we're going to get ready for the national anthem. So let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll come back and hopefully get close to being ready for basketball. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881. or visit LaBetteHealth.com.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
For the Vikings of junior number 11, Oscar Patel. For your goal tornado of junior number 3, Avi Nablet. For Parsons of junior number 13, Sydney Shiny. For Coffeyville senior number 11, Michaela Strickland. For Lady Vikings of junior number 22, Naya Hinton. For your Golden Tornado, sophomore number 24, Taylor Rivera.
Welcome back. Tony Fuentes along with Scott Marlowe here at Field Kinley High School in Coffeyville, Kansas, as the Lady Vikes will take on the Lady NATO from here in Coffeyville. And we got the starting lineups for each team. Freshman Savannah Viets, junior Aubrey Noblet, senior Michaela Strickland, sophomore Taylor Karen, and senior Shantae Porter will be the starters for the Lady NATO. Starting for the Lady Vikings, senior Brianna Patterson, junior Ashka Patel, junior Sydney Scheibe, junior Anaya Hinman, and sophomore Sayla Ray. So Lady Vikes going with the same starting 5 that they went with last Friday night. There's a few nights there they've had a couple of different starters. Braylon Mitchell started at Fort Scott a couple weeks ago. Riley Dunley's been in the starting lineup, but this has been the starting 5 for, I'd say, 90% of the games this year. So hopefully the Lady Vikes can get off to a good start and get a much-needed win here tonight. We just need to take care of business. And junior Anaya Hinman at midcourt, ready for the jump ball. And Lady NATO's still getting some instruction from head coach Anita Walker. And it looks like it'll be Michaela Strickland, senior, doing the jump ball. She's listed in the score in the book as number 12, but I recognized her, so she must have changed jerseys or something. Lady Vikes get the tip. Ashka Patel into Sydney Scheibe, and she is fouled right away. Looked like she was fouled by Savannah Viets. Let's see who they got it on. Sure enough, Savannah Viets picks up her first, and Sydney Scheibe will go to the line to shoot 2.
Tony, you don't see a design to play off the opening tip very often, but I think that was what Coach Scheibe wanted the girls to do right off the bat.
Yeah, 4 seconds in, Sydney Scheibe's at the line. She missed the first one, but she'll have one more. She doesn't miss very many free throws, but she's not used to shooting them this early in the game either.
No, 4 seconds in is tough.
And she knocks down the second one. It's nothing but net. So 1-0, first 4 seconds here. Lady Vikes with a 1-point lead. Savannah Viets brings it up to court for the Lady NATO. Get it down low to Porter. Porter's triple team, kicks it back out for a 3, missed by Noblet. And Michaela Strickland gets a nice offensive rebound. but it's no avail. So still 1-0 Lady Vikes. Down to 7:23 and counting. And now Patel for a three. In and out, no good. Porter with the rebound for the Lady NATO. So Lady Vikes still holding on to the 1-point lead. Viets brings it down for the Lady NATO. Gets it to Noblet. Gets it into Karen. Noblet all the way across the court, and she throws it away. So that'll be a turnover on the Lady NATO.
Lady Vikes have opened up in that zone, Tony, and it seems like it gave the NATO some fits.
Yeah, it
up
did.
in Parsons.
It sure did. Just with that length of Hinman up top, just causes a lot of problems. Now Scheibe open for three. No good. So starts off the game with one missed free throw and a missed three already. Now Noblet with it. Gets to Viets. Viets drives to the lane but misses the shot. Now Anaya Hinman on a run out. She's going to try to go all the way. And they're going to, wow, that is unbelievable. She went underhanded, just kind of softly, and they called an offensive foul on Anaya Hinman. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But
sorry, Tony, I had to take a lap around the crow's nest up here after that one. that was not a good call.
Sometimes we get a bad name with the refs, and that could be one of those. Now a made shot by Taylor Karen. 2-1 lead, Lady NATO. Now Patterson with it. Gets it to Hinman. Now Scheibe. Missed shot. Sayla Ray there to clean it up, and she gets a nice offensive board and a basket. So Sayla Ray with her first basket. 3-2, Lady Vikes. Early lead, 6:05 to play. First quarter. Noblet with it. Gets it back to Viets. Now Viets thought about a three. Now she's going to kick it over to Karen. And wow, that's a quick whistle.
That was a quick whistle.
Just barely a bump by Patterson. They're going to get Brianna Patterson with her first foul.
Checking the ball lane for your Lady NATO, number 1, Taylor Karen, replaces Savannah Viets.
So Taylor Karen checks in now. So both Karens are in the game. Now Noblet for three, and no good, but an offensive rebound by Strickland, and she's going to draw the foul by, it's either Hinman or Patterson. One of them's going to have two already. They get it on Patterson.
Foul, Lady Vikings, number 3.
So Michaela Strickland will go to the line to shoot two. First one's no good. Lady Vikes with a 3-2 lead. 5:41 to play. First quarter. And then Michaela Strickland will have one more free throw coming. And second one is also no good, but an offensive rebound by Karen. And she's going to shoot a three. No good. Now, Lady Vikes get a break there as it goes off the Lady NATO out of bounds, and Lady Vikes will have the possession. So 3-2 Lady Vikes with that 1-point lead. Ashka Patel bringing it up the court for the Lady Vikes.
They're going to have to keep the Lady NATO off the offensive glass. They have 3 offensive rebounds in the early going.
Scheibe gets inside to Hinman. Turnaround is no good. And offensive rebound goes to Scheibe, and she knocks it down. So Sydney Scheibe with her first basket and third point. We're down to 5:10 to play first quarter. 5-2 Lady Vikes. Caitlin Karen gets it to Noblet, back to Karen, and near steal by Scheibe, and it is. Sydney Scheibe with the steal. Gets it across to Patel. And Ashka Patel to bring it up the court for the Lady Vikes. Gets it to Scheibe for a three, no good. But almost an offensive rebound by Sayla Ray. She may have been fouled there. Let's see who they're going to get. They're going to get it on Michaela Strickland. So Jaden Kendrick will inbounds for the Lady Vikings. She gets it in, throws it in. I didn't think anybody's going to run after it. Now Ashka Patel has it. Kicks it over to Sayla Ray for a 3, and it's good. Sayla Ray now with 5 points in the early going. 8-2 Lady Vikes. 6-point lead, 4:30 and counting to play first quarter. Veets with it, gets it to Noblet. Gets it over to the older Karen. And she gets a little floater in the lane and gets it to go. So Taylor Karen is the only person that has scored for the Lady NATO, 8-4.
Yeah, that was a great drive.
Now Patel with it, gets it to Scheibe. Thought about the 3, now she's going to drive. And almost a travel. But they're going to say it went out of bounds off the Lady NATO.
I actually thought Sydney should have
kicked it out to Sayla. She was wide open.
She's already hit a 3, and there was nobody within 8 feet of her. So,
yep, gets it into Hinman. Spin move in the lane, and it's good. Anaya Hinman gets her first basket. 10-4. 3:56 to play, first quarter. And Veets with it, gets it to Noblet. Back to Veets. They're wanting to try to get it into Strickland, but they're just not able to. Strickland's calling for it. Now Karen gets it to Strickland, and she lost it. So Lady Vikes will have the possession on that turnover. 3:37 play first quarter, 10-4. Lady Vikes with the lead.
Lady NATO's actually, they have the right idea on how to attack that zone. They just haven't been able to execute.
Here comes Patel. Gets it to Ray, and she walked. Dang. I thought she got it on the floor quick enough, but the ref was right on top of it and called Sayla Ray for a travel. And we got a timeout on the floor. It's just 30 seconds. We're just going to keep it here. Yeah, a couple of weird fouls there in the first going there, Scott. That offensive foul on Anaya Hinman, I didn't even think she made contact with the Lady NATO player as she was going in, because she even went underhand like to lay it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, you know what I did. I took my headset off and I just walked around up here in the crow's nest, so I didn't say anything that I shouldn't.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's kind of a trend. I don't know if, we only, being the voice of the Vikings, all we see is, Parsons and then whatever opponent they happen to be playing. So I don't know if it's like this way league-wide or not, but it just seems like charges are called a lot more than they used to be.
Yeah.
And oftentimes I disagree with the call.
Yeah, regardless if they were set or not, it should have just been a no call. And Anaya Hinman gets bumped there, and there's no call. That's what I don't understand. There's contact on the other side, and they don't call it. And Ashka Patel from the wing knocks down a 3, gets her first basket, gets up to a 13-4 advantage down to the 3-minute mark here in the first quarter. 9-point lead for the Lady Vikes, and then a 3-pointer no good from the Lady NATO, and Anaya Hinman with another great rebound. She's got 2 great rebounds the last 2 possessions down there. Now all the way across, Scheibe knocks it down. 2-point basket for Sydney. Gets her to 5 points. And now it's up to a 15-4 lead for the Lady Vikes. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
First quarter, and the Lady NATO called a full timeout there, trying to stop the bleeding here as the Lady Vikes were kind of on a tear there Now 15-4 lead. Biggest lead of the night. Now Veets with it.
I noticed Tony Anaya, she's not stepping out as much. She's helping out more in the paint.
Yeah, she's staying right on the free throw line.
More like a 2-1-2 zone almost.
Yeah, Porter's wanting to get in there and try to get the ball. And now Karen with it on the drive, and they're going to call a cheap foul there. Sydney Scheibe cut off Karen going to the basket on the baseline, and she's going to get called for a blocking foul. So that's her first. So now Kaylin Karen to inbounds for Lady NATO. Gets it to her sister. Now back to Michaela Strickland. Back out to Taylor Karen, and she threw it away. And sure enough,
that's a missed call. That's a missed call. Kendrick started to go for it, but she pulled back in plenty of time, and I don't think there was any other Lady Viking that could have got a finger on it.
No, there was. She definitely threw that out of bounds, but that's okay. And now Veets for a three, and she knocks it down. So it makes a little bit of difference there, because they wouldn't have had that 3 points. It's 15-7. Now Scheibe with it all the way across to Sayla Ray. Now Jaden Kendrick for a long two, and she knocks it down.
How about that from Kendrick?
Kendrick with her first basket of the game. Gets it back to a 10-point lead, 17-7, down to 131 and counting. And now a three-pointer on the way from Veets. And Savannah Veets knocks down 2 3-pointers in a row, much like I'm guessing her older brother Ethan that just graduated last year. He was a 3-point threat for the boys' side.
If she keeps that up, they'll put Anaya back out there at the top of the zone.
Missed shot by Patel, but Scheibe gets the rebound, and then she gets it stolen away from her. Now Patel picks up a silly foul as Taylor Karen was trying to run out on that one. And so Ashka picked up her first foul. So now it's up to 5 fouls for the Lady Vikes here in the first quarter. Still minute 7 left in the first quarter. And now Veets with it. Gets it over to Karen. And tries to get it down low, and she lost it. Every time they've tried to do that, Scott, they've lost it out of bounds. That's twice.
Yeah, like I say, the strategy is good in theory, but if you can't execute it,
and it's tough to do. Now Kendrick for a turnaround three, and she knocks it down.
Where is this coming from, Tony?
Kendrick knocks down a three. She's 2 for 2. She's got 5 points.
And she's all smiles back on defense, and who can blame her?
Yep, now Veets with it. Lady Vikes lead by 10, 20-10. And now a little runner in the lane, and Kendrick with the rebound. Now here comes Patel. Scheibe on the wing. She should have shot that.
Yeah, she should have shot it. You're right.
She did a skip pass all the way across to Sayla Ray. Now Kendrick gets it into Hinman. Now back to Kendrick. Now she's in for a layup, and she's fouled. So Jaden Kendrick now driving to the basket. It's like a whole different person, Scott.
I don't know if this is a one-time special or not. I hope it isn't. If Kendrick could become
that would
a potential offensive threat, man. Another headache.
And swish the free throw.
Yeah, she's playing very well.
This is definitely the most points she's ever scored in a quarter, I guarantee you. Maybe in a game. She's already at 6 points. And she's got one more from the free throw line here. She did play some good defense last Friday night. And she missed the second one, but an offensive rebound by Sydney Scheibe. And we got a foul called. Sydney just doesn't look comfortable for some reason. Every time she's had the ball in the lane, it's either gotten stripped or it's gotten tied up. That's the 3rd time. And this is pretty early into the game. Now Scheibe for an open 2, missed it. And loose ball. It's picked up by Porter. And Lady Vikes with a 21-10 lead. And now a 3-pointer by Noblet hits the speaker at the top, so no good. So Lady Vikes with an 11-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Let's take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Lady Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
Welcome back to Phil Kinley High School. We start the second quarter. The Lady NATO with the first possession here of the second quarter. Lady Vikes lead 21-10. Michaela Strickland with the ball out top. Gets it to Noblet. Back over to Karen. Brianna Patterson back in the game. She had 2 early fouls.
And they've switched up the zone again, Tony. It's a 3-2, but they just have Anaya down on the baseline.
Michaela Strickland with a little floater in the lane, no good. And now 2 offensive rebounds, now 3 offensive rebounds. And finally Porter puts it up and in. That's her first basket of the game. I mean, the Lady Vikes got to do better on the boards on that end of the court. Now Sailor Ray open for 3. This one's off the mark, and who are they going to get that on?
Are you kidding me?
That was a late whistle. Well, they called it on Patel, so I thought they were going to call it on Anaya.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I
think Patel went in late,
so
and kind of crashed into the back of Strickland. I think that's what they got.
Still over 7 minutes in the half, Tony, and
to Strickland, but she's got to kick it back out. Now Porter with it in the lane. She's bodying up, and wow, nice offensive rebound by Porter, and she gets the basket.
7 offensive rebounds here in the first half.
That's unbelievable. The Lady Vikes definitely need to clean that up. 21-14, 7-point lead. Hinman's been in the paint for a while. They could have got her for probably 3 seconds.
And she had outstanding post position, but missed the easy one.
Now Kaylin Karen with it, gets it to Strickland. Strickland should have just taken that shot. Now back to Strickland, and she missed a shot, but she is fouled. So she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Who is that called? Dunley?
You know, I would say as much trouble as the Lady Vikings are having rebounding, they might want to go man-to-man, but with a little bit of early foul trouble, Coach Scheibe may not want to do that.
Michaela Strickland now 0 for 3 from the line. She's yet to score. Now she's got a second free throw here and missed it. She's missed all 4. And here comes Hinman. Lady Vikes 7-point lead. Scheibe with it. Drives to the basket and gets the floater. Missed it. And now they're going to call probably another foul on Dunley.
And the Lady Vikes need to be aware that Coffeyville's in the bonus already, and you know you can't be committing fouls 75 feet from the opponent's basket.
So now Shantae Porter will step to the line for a 1-and-1. We got 6 minutes exactly to play here in the second quarter. 21-14, missed the free throw, but I thought she lost it out of bounds. We got lucky there. Lady Vikes throw it away, though. Might have been tipped, though.
Yeah, it was tipped by Coffeyville. And thank goodness the Lady NATO has struggled from the line here in the first half, Tony. We could just about be tied up.
Yeah, they're 0 for 5, and they're only down by 7, so we're 2 for 4 from the line, so free throws have not been very good here tonight. Now Nia Hinman, another missed shot. And rebounded by the Lady NATO. Here they come. 5:45 and counting, second quarter. Knoblich gets it back up top. Now Sydney Lynn Burnett, first time in the game. Burnett needs help, and she kicks it back out to Lopez. Lopez and Burnett both just checked into the game. Now Lopez is going to take a three, and in and out, no good. Rebounded by Brianna Patterson. Here comes Patterson. And Patterson guarded by Lopez, gets it over to Patel in the wing. Now Patel's going to try a three, and she knocks it down. Ashka Patel with her second three-pointer. Just quietly just making threes over there on the wing, Scott.
Yeah, and I tell you, three-point shooting is going to be so crucial for the Lady Vikes as they get into the postseason.
Yep, 24-14. Now lob down to Porter, and she's fouled again by Dunley. So Dunley just
that three?
She just came in to start the second quarter. She didn't play any in the first quarter, and she's already up to 3 fouls. So that's she's probably going to go to the bench. Sure enough, Sailor Ray checks back in. But Porter is a force down there trying to get that ball in the paint, and just been a little bit too much for Dunley. And Porter knocks down the first free throw, and she'll have one more. 24-15, 4:49 to play, second quarter. Second free throw is also good. So just as we said they were 0 for 5, they're starting to heat up. They just made 2 free throws. Back to an 8-point game. 4:42 and counting. Sailor Ray with it. Gets it to Scheibe. Now back to Sailor Ray. And that's a late whistle, but it might have been the right call.
I think it was probably the right call, but I don't think the whistle was going to get blown except for Sailor, fell down.
Yep.
So,
and they get the foul called on Porter, and that's just her first. And Porter takes a seat. Now law play into Hinman. Hinman gets to the basket and missed again.
She has had a rough first half, Tony, on the offensive end.
Yep, and here goes an easy transition basket for Brooklyn White. Brooklyn White gets her first basket. So Lady Vikes now only lead by 6. Now missed three-pointer by Patel, and now the Lady NATO with the ball. 6-point game, 4:08 to play, second quarter. And here's Knoblich. Gets it to Burnett. She's in the lane, and then she gets it stolen, but she gets it right back, and they're going to call a jump ball.
I think Coach Shabi was like, what about a 3-second call?
Yep. So we got a jump ball, and it's going to go possession to the Lady Vikes. So just under 4 minutes to play. 6-point lead, 24-18. So Hinman, a little give and go to Patterson, and they're going to get Taylor Karen for the foul.
Coffeyville bench not too sure about that one.
So Taylor Karen picks up her first. And now Brianna Patterson will go to the line for the Lady Vikes. And first free throw is no good. So 24-18. Patterson will have one more. 3:45 to play, second quarter.
What do we have, three points this quarter, Tony?
Yeah, we had 21-10 at the end of the first quarter. And, yep, they're outscoring us 8-3 at the moment. And Patterson, second free throw is up and good. So Patterson gets her first point of the game. Back to a 7-point lead, 25-18. Taylor Karen bringing it up the court for the Lady NATO. McCullough's into the game now for the Lady NATO. Now Strickland with it. Viets, now back to McCullough. And near steal, and now it's going to probably be a jump ball. The possession will stay with the Lady NATO. Lady NATO's, there's not much room to to try to get it inside. They're going to have to probably settle for an outside shot because the Lady Vikes are playing a pretty good zone defense right now.
Starting to pack it in a little bit.
And Porter with it, gets it to Viets. Now Patterson up top on that spot that Hinman's usually at. And now, oh wow, that's got to be a charge, and sure enough, Lady Vikes get the call. Shantae Porter called for the offensive foul. That's her second foul. And it looks like she might be going to the bench. Sure enough, Taylor Karen checking in for Porter. We're down to 3:04 to play here in the first half. 25-18, Lady Vikes 7-point lead. Lady Vikes had an 11-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Now Scheibe gets it into Hinman. Hinman just cannot make a basket.
She can't believe it.
She's just not getting it up high enough. And now Viets with it. Yep, now to McCullough, and she's double teamed, and she throws it away. This should be a backcourt violation.
Yep. Yeah, and Tony, I hope the Lady Vikes keep feeding Anaya.
Yeah.
She's getting great position down there, and she might have an off half, but very rarely will she have an off game. So she'll get going here before the night is over.
Checking back in is the younger Kaylin Karen. Patel throws it down to Hinman. Now gets it to Scheibe, and she's fouled. She's fouled by Taylor Karen. And that's going to be Taylor Karen's second foul. She didn't like the call, but there had to have been something called there because there was contact. Now Sydney Scheibe will go to the line for two. Missed the first one. Just a weird night. Sydney Scheibe now with her second missed free throw already.
And you never know, Tony. Always a chance somebody could be a little bit under the weather.
True.
You know.
Second free throw is good by Sydney. So now back to an 8-point lead, 26-18. 2:29 and counting here, second quarter. Viets with it, and stolen by Patterson. And Patterson will bring it up the court for the Lady Vikes. Gets it over to Sayla Ray on the side. And a three-pointer is no good. Looks like there was contact there with no call. Now Viets with it. Down to near the 2-minute mark of the first half. Viets with it up top. Gets it to McCullough on the wing. And she's cut off by Patel. Gets it down to Taylor Karen. And she just runs over Anaya Hinman. They're just going to say it's out of bounds.
I think the official kind of hesitated for so long on whether to call the block or a charge. He said, you know what? I'm not going to call
it out of bounds.
I'm not going to call either one. Wow, look at that. 5. Did I count that right? 5 subs?
Yeah, they sub 5.
Coffeyville.
Yeah. Burnett, Lopez, Strickland, Porter, Burnett, Noblet all in the game. Burnett with it, gets to Noblet. Now to Lopez. They're a fairly young team, Scott.
Yes, they are.
They could be pretty good here in a couple of years. Now Porter, turnaround, missed shot. Sayla Ray with the rebound. Down to 129 and counting here in the first half, 26-18. Sydney Scheibe with it. Nice shot, but just missed it. Now Noblet gets it up to Burnett. We're down to 1:15 to play. Now Lopez from the wing, missed shot. Sayla Ray with another rebound. Patterson to bring it up the court. Patel setting a screen. Now get it back down to Hinman.
She got bumped.
She got bumped with no call.
That was a foul.
So now White. Now they're going to call a foul on Patel, and that might be her third.
Anaya's wanting to come out. She needs a breather. I don't think she's been out all game. They're bodying her up, Tony. They're being real physical with Anaya, and a couple of times I thought they were a little too physical.
Yeah.
I thought the whistle should have been blown, but no luck.
Aaron Lopez from the line. First one is no good. So we're just lucky that they have been pretty cold from the free throw line.
Yeah.
26-18. We got a timeout on the floor. Let's see if it's just a 30-second. We'll just keep it here. So 47.8 seconds left to go in the first half. Lady Vikes lead 26-18. And Aaron Lopez will have one more free throw, but Ashka Patel now with 3 fouls. Riley Dunley with 3 fouls. Brianna Patterson with 2 fouls. Anaya Hinman with 1, and that came on that weird offensive
right
foul
out of the gate.
Right in the first minute of the game. So Lady Vikes in a little bit of foul trouble with a couple players between Patel,
and
Dunley, and Patterson.
Yeah, and some cold shooting in the second quarter. They've been taking care of the ball, Tony. Unofficially, I only have them for 2 turnovers in the first half, so they're taking care of the ball.
They're just missing a lot of shots.
You know, Anaya's had some great looks, and whether she was fouled or not, who knows? But she will usually
second free throw is good from Lopez. But Lady Vikes have only had 1 made field goal, and that was a 3-pointer by Ashka Patel. And Braylon Mitchell's into the game. Cadence Ball's in the game, and a 3-pointer from Sailor Ray. Just as I said, only 1 made. Sailor Ray knocks down another 3. That's her second 3. So Lady Vikes now with a 10-point lead, 29-19. And now a steal by Braylon Mitchell. So Mitchell and Cadence Ball both just checked into the game in that last 40 seconds of the game here. Or sorry, last 40 seconds of the half. Now Mitchell for 3. No good, but it's rebounded by Sailor Ray. Another missed shot. So Lady Vikes, and now Cadence Ball trying to get a jump ball, and I think they're going to call a foul on her.
Yep, 2 more free throws at the other end.
And that was down to 7.5 seconds. 29-19. And that's just, I mean, Cadence hadn't played the whole half, and then she's just trying to go for a jump ball there, and they whistle her for a foul. So just, you know, I mean, she's just trying to play hard, trying to go for the ball, and they're in the double bonus. So Porter's going to get 2 free throws here. First one as well. That was like a blazer.
Yeah, she made a couple earlier, but I know we're way up high, but man, it sure looks like she needs a lot more arch on her free throws. They look really flat.
That one was really aggressive. Now she'll have 1 more. And second one is good. So now on to a 9-point game, 29-20. And Scheibe with a little spin move in the lane, missed the shot. And now it's going to be halftime. So Lady Vikes do have a 9-point lead, 29-20 at half. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll come back for the Eye Care Associate of Parsons halftime report. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
Welcome back to Phil Kinley High School in Coffeyville, Kansas. We are at halftime. We're ready for the Eye Care Associate of Parsons halftime report, brought to you by Doctors Gilmore and Newland. And Lady Vikes with a 29-20 lead, but they were pretty cold there in the second quarter. Let's run down the scoring. First for the Lady NATO, Shantae Porter, 7 points. Savannah Vietz, 6 points. Taylor Karen, 4 points. Brooklyn White, 2 points. Aaron Lopez, 1 point. Leading the way for the Lady Vikes is Sayla Ray with 8. Sydney Scheibe with 6. Ashka Patel with 6. Jaden Kendrick with 6. Brianna Patterson with 1. And Anaya Hinman only 2 points, Scott. And she had at least 6 to 8 looks down low that were point blank that normally she makes.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on, but it's just she's either just a little soft with them or a little hard with them.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, and people who are watching on the live stream can see how high up we are here at Coffeyville. And so it's kind of it's a different angle for us, so I can't tell how big these girls are that are bodying up, how tall they are with compared to Anaya, but she's getting a lot of attention down there.
Yeah.
But she has done she's done an outstanding job of posting up.
Yeah, she's getting the position.
She's getting the ball right where she wants it, but she just has not. Even a couple of the ones I thought she maybe rushed a little bit, but even when she's taking her time and really just, I'm 99% certain the ball is going to go in.
Yep.
And it hasn't, but I think
she'll turn it around.
I think she'll get it going in the second half, and Lady Vikes. They had a big lead at the end of the first quarter. I thought they would really extend it, maybe be up by 15 to 20 at halftime, and it didn't work out that way. And, you mentioned before the break, thank goodness, Coffeyville was not very good from the free throw line. Yeah. And really stats are basically even. Rebounds for Coffeyville, 20-16 for the Lady Vikes. The big difference in the first half was 9 turnovers for the Lady NATO and only 2 for the Lady Vikes. So they're taking care of the basketball. They just gave up too many offensive rebounds to the Lady NATO and just kind of went cold on the offensive end.
And we're extremely lucky that they've only scored 20 points.
Yes, we are.
I mean, they scored 10 points in the first quarter, 10 points in the second quarter. If they could have snuck in a couple more baskets each quarter, this could be a tie game now. And it could be a lot different. I mean, Lady Vikes are I feel very fortunate that they have a 9-point lead at halftime, especially only having 2 field goals in the second quarter. They had 2 3-pointers and 2 free throws.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, they struggled offensively, and so I assume you've got to give some of that credit to the Coffeyville defense, but the Lady Vikes also, I thought they missed some opportunities. Sometimes the ball just won't go in the basket, and that's what happened for the most part in the second quarter. And I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, and I feel almost a little bit silly saying that three-point shooting is critical for the Lady Vikes, because in 21st century basketball, it's like critical for every team.
Exactly.
But I just think for the Lady Vikes going forward, especially if they're playing a team that's as good or better than they are, they're going to need their shooters to step up, and that's a little bit scary. You know, the old saying, you live by the three, you die by the three.
Exactly.
But, you know, with Scheibe, Patel, Sailor Ray has been shooting well this year. Even Kendrick got a 3 in the first half. And we've seen some of the underclassmen shown that they can step out. And so I think when the Lady Vikes get into sub-state, especially if they get past that first game, I think every game from then on out, Lady Vikes are going to have to light it up from beyond the three-point line.
I would say they're going to have to average 7 to 8 3-pointers a game
I agree.
to win. I mean, they've got 5 already in the first half of this game, 2 from Sailor Ray, 2 from Ashka Patel, and 1 from Jaden Kendricks. And Sydney Scheibe's she's been shooting them. She just hasn't been hitting them. She's just been just a little bit off the last by 3 to 4 games. I want to say she's probably only had 1 3-pointer in the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah,
so
her shot, it's to me it looks like she's rushing it a little bit, and I think part of that is just the fact that here again that's what she's known for in the SEK is her 3-point shooting, and so teams are really focusing on that. They're really homing in on getting out and defending her when she's out beyond the 3-point line. And credit Sydney, she has added the ability to drive to the basket, draw contact, get to the free throw line, and we've talked all season long about what a good free throw shooter she is. But then probably more tonight than I've seen all year, Tony. She's stepping in and kind of taking that mid-range jump shot. And she knocked down at least 1, and then she missed a few after that. And I got to tell you, it's been a long time since I played a competitive basketball game, but I do know if you're used to shooting from 20 feet out, and then all of a sudden you're trying to shoot from 16 feet out, that's a tough adjustment. You'd think the 16-footer would be easier, but not necessarily.
Not necessarily for her whenever she's so used to knocking down those threes. I think it's probably just a little bit because you got to ease up just a little bit. And sometimes if you ease up too much, it's going to come off the front of the rim.
Almost just like a muscle memory issue, you know. So
Lady Vikes are back out on the court now. The boys were warming up from both teams. Now the Lady Vikes and the Lady NATO both on the court warming up. And we're going to wrap up the Eye Care Associate of Parsons halftime report. Doctors Gilmore and Newland. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and then we should be pretty close to being ready for second half action. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the 4-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Welcome back to Phil Kinley High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe, just underway, starting the second half, and Lady Vikes with the first possession, but they throw it away.
Tony, I was bragging on how well they took care of the basketball in the first half, and then they throw it away right out of the gate here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, Brooklyn White getting the start in the second half for the Lady NATO, and for Noblet, the other 4 starters are Karen, Vietz, Strickland, and Porter. Now Karen with it, guarded by Sailor Ray. And now a 3-pointer by Vietz. Off the mark, no good. And Ashka Patel with the rebound. Gets it to Brianna Patterson. Up quickly to Sailor Ray, wide open. And she knocks it down. They're going to have to learn to not let her be that wide open because she's able to knock it down, and she does. That's her third three-pointer. So 32-20. Lady Vikes a 12-point lead. This might be the largest lead, Scott.
I think it is, Tony.
And now Lady Nato have it back up top. Taylor Karen with it. Gets it down low to White. And then nearly lost by Viets. Now Strickland. Back over to Karen. Back to Strickland. She thought about the three. They're just not able to get it inside. Now Karen mid-range two-pointer off the mark, no good. And Patel with another rebound. So Brianna Patterson bringing it up the court. 6.5 to play. With Sailor Ray wide open again. This time she misses it. Hinman almost with the offensive rebound, but it just falls off her fingertips. Now Brooklyn White. And it is out of bounds off Lady Nato, and the Lady Vikes catch a break and get a turnover from the Lady Nato.
Wow, quick timeout by Coach Scheibe.
It's just a 30-second timeout, but we're going to leave it here. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors. Well, we got a break here. Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Parson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, Strategic Partners, Roy's Auto Service, Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Parsons District Schools, Dan Zimmerman and SEK Orthopedic, and also Snyder Lawn Care. Thank all those sponsors for bringing us Viking basketball here in 2022-23 season. And the Lady Vikes will have the possession here. 12-point lead at 32-20. 6:18 to play, third quarter. Patterson with it. And Lady Vikes trying to set something up, looking like Hinman's going to cut across the lane, but now she has it on the wing. Now Hinman's going to shoot a three. Missed it. And now,
great hustle.
Great hustle by Patel for the rebound, but the Lady Nato come out with it. So Lady Vikes still with a 12-point lead, and that should have been a travel, and it's a late whistle. That's the third late whistle. I mean, maybe it's because we're so high up here. Maybe it's just taking a while to get to us or something.
That could be.
But I don't know what that. I seen it happen. I'm like, man, that should have been a travel. And then sure enough, the whistle blows. So now Lady Vikes get the ball on the turnover. Patel with it. She's wanting to drive. And she was fouled there, but there was no call. Now Patel should have gotten away from there because then any little contact like that could pick up her fourth foul. Now White with it, kicks it back out. And now I think it's thrown away. That should have been, wow. I'm pretty sure it went off the Lady Nato, but we're gonna say it's Lady Nato ball. They're gonna inbounds under their own basket, get it into Karen. Now Porter under the basket. She missed it. Now Scheibe's going the other way. Down to 5:13 to play. And they got a traveling call on Sydney Scheibe. So 5:12 to play, third quarter. Lady Vikes still hold a 32-20 lead. Lady Nato yet to score in this quarter. Lady Vikes just had that three-pointer by Sailor Ray. Now another turnover, and Lady Vikes going quickly the other way. Oh, nice save by Anaya Hinman. Now Sailor Ray missed shot. Kind of rushed that one. She should have just held on to it. Now Taylor Karen with it, guarded by Patel. She needs to be careful. Wow, how is there no call there? Two Lady Vikes hit the floor, and there was no whistle. But Taylor Karen scores it for their first basket of the second half. 32-22. Down to 4:28 and counting here, third quarter. Sailor Ray with the ball. Gets it to Hinman. Hinman needs to go to work. She's cut off by Porter. Now Patel with it. Back to Scheibe. Now Patterson's wanting to set it back up. Now Scheibe in the lane. Now Patterson with it. Now Patterson going all the way to the basket and scores it. That's a tough shot. And that's what we need more of, is from Brianna Patterson to go to the basket like that. And she got a nice roll on that one.
Anaya back out at the top of the zone, Tony.
Yep. Now Brooklyn White underneath. Brooklyn White scores her second basket of the game. Now 34-24, Lady Vikes 10-point lead, down to 3:32 and counting in the third quarter.
Nice cut.
Nice give and go to Patel, but she missed the backdoor layup. So here comes the Lady NATO, down by 10. 3.5 to play. Now Karen for a three, no good. Nia Hinman runs it down, and she's wanting to try to take it all the way. And she takes it in and misses the layup. And then she just got a technical.
Did she actually say anything?
Yeah, she mouthed something to the ref.
And that'll be a personal foul as well. And I didn't see any contact, Tony. It looked to me like she just lost it.
Yeah, there was no contact at all. She just missed the layup.
That may just be frustration. It's been a rough night.
Yeah.
And, it seems like another trend I've noticed. It seems like you're seeing more technicals in the girls' games than you used to.
Yeah.
They used to just, you got all these teenage boys out there with all this testosterone running through their system, and you'd see technicals fairly often. But now on the girls' side, you see it more than you used to.
Taylor Karen shooting the free throws. She knocks down the first one, and she'll have one more. So 34-25. Second free throw is also good. So 2 points there for the Lady NATO. 34-26, 8-point game. 3:04 to play, third quarter. Nia Hinman with that foul goes to the bench. Just her second foul of the game.
Kendrick gave the Lady Vikes a big lift back in the first half, Tony. Let's see if she can do it again.
This is the first time she's been in since then. Burnett with it. Gets it back to Noblet. And a near steal of the Lady Vikes. And she took steps, I think.
Yep. I thought she had maybe held her pivot foot, but ref was right there, and he said that she moved it just a little bit.
So Lady NATO's turned the ball over probably 3 or 4 times in the last 4 possessions for them. And other than the 2 free throws made there on that technical, they hadn't scored a whole lot here in the third quarter. Now Patterson needs help, gets it to Scheibe, back to Patterson. Now Dunley with it down low, and she kicks it back out. Patterson, really good defense by the Lady NATO here. Sydney Scheibe, missed shot. She got in the paint and missed a shot. And now it's knocked out of bounds, and so it'll be Lady NATO ball. 34-26, 2:24 and counting. Third quarter. 8-point advantage for the Lady Vikes. Lady Vikes need to be careful here. Lady NATO knocked down a couple of shots. They can get right back in this. And missed shot by Karen, but an offensive rebound now. Lady Vikes come out with it. Here comes Riley Dunley. Gives it up to Scheibe. Down to the 2-minute mark in the third quarter. Now Patterson for a three. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Porter. Now Burnett quickly up to Strickland, and she missed the layup.
Lady Vikes caught a break.
Yep, Dunley with the rebound, gets it to Scheibe. And now Scheibe all the way across to Patel. Now Patterson wanting to get in the lane. Now Riley Dunley for a three, no good.
Now, if she had caught that cleanly, Tony, that would have been a good shot, but.
Yep, now Strickland with it. Gets it to Burnett in the paint, and she scores it and is fouled. So Burnett with her first basket of the game, and she'll go to the line for an extra one. Actually, they must have called that on the floor.
No, I thought he counted the basket, but I think you're right, Tony. What I thought, we was saying basket good, he was pointing to the floor.
Okay. So, well, we'll scratch that off. So still 34-26, 8-point lead. 1:23 to play, third quarter. And Karen for a three, no good. But Burnett with a rebound. She's in the paint a long time there. Now a missed shot by Noblet and rebound by Kendrick. And here comes Patterson.
Kendrick continues to contribute, Tony, when she's on the floor.
Yeah, she's doing a really good job. Patel with it. Guarded by Viets.
They're playing a lot, pretty tight man-to-man.
Yep. And here comes Patterson trying to get down low to Hinman. She does, and she missed again.
And again, Tony, I hate to keep harping on it, but we're so high up here at the gym. It's just a hard angle to see, but it looked to me like she was just too far under the basket that time.
Yeah, I think she was on that one.
Just didn't give herself enough room.
So Jaden Kendrick got the offensive rebound and went for the putback and got fouled. So Kendrick will be at the line for the Lady Vikes to shoot 2. Down to 45 seconds. That should be... She stepped inside when she had the ball. Did you see that?
No, I did not see it.
Noblet stepped inside about 2 feet inside the three-point line when Kendrick had the ball, and Kendrick looked over because it threw her off.
Yeah.
And hesitated. So they are going to give her an extra shot here, Scott. So that first one was null and void because of that. I seen Nick Long run up and talk to Kendrick, so he must have acknowledged it, and she knocks them both down.
Great job by Kendrick.
Wow, that's 2 big points there. 36-26. So down to 45.8, and clock is running. Third quarter. Lady Vikes 36-26, 10-point lead. Now Karen in the lane, little floater, gets it to go. So Taylor Karen now with 10 points to lead the Lady NATO. 28-36, Lady Vikes an 8-point lead. Now Patel with it. Lady Vikes probably going to hold for the last shot down to 15 seconds now. Now Scheibe with it, gets it down low to Hinman. And she finally gets it to go. And Nia Hinman now with 4 points. 10-point lead for the Lady Vikes, down to 4 seconds. They're not in much hurry, but Karen just throws one up, and she makes it.
That was about a 30-footer.
So Taylor Karen just didn't even look like they were going to get a shot off, and she turns around and throws it up, and it's good. So Lady Vikes lead 38-31. Heading to the fourth quarter. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
Welcome back to Phil Kinley High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe, Lady Vikes with a 7-point lead, 38-31 as we enter the fourth quarter. Scott, I hate to say it, but Lady NATO outscored us in the second quarter and third quarter.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
And they keep inching closer, but still a 7-point advantage for the Lady Vikes.
They're a much improved team, Tony, but I'm telling you, the Lady Vikes have more talent.
Yeah, this has been ice cold. Now the Lady NATO turn it over. So now Ashka Patel, chance for a run out here, and she is fouled by, looks like Michaela Strickland maybe.
The whistles have been few and far between here in the second half, Tony, compared to the first half. Just 4 fouls total.
Wow.
On both teams. And I'd like to see Lady Vikes keep going to it, Nia Hinman. She finally got that turnaround to go off the glass, and I think she's ready for a big fourth quarter.
Yep, Sydney Scheibe gets it, and now she's going to do a little mid-range jumper and knocks it down. So Sydney Scheibe's had a kind of a cold night as well, but she's now up to 8 points. Lady Vikes back to a 9-point advantage, 40-31. Viets with it up top, gets it to Burnett. And now Viets for a three, no good. And Anaya Hinman with a great rebound. Now Patel will bring it up the court. She's open, she's gonna shoot it. And she knocks it down. Ashka Patel with her third three-pointer. She has 9 points. And Lady Vikes back up to a 12-point advantage. Now Viets with it, over to Burnett. Burnett kicks it back out. Lady Vikes with that 3-2 zone. And try to get down low, and wow. That's not a good foul because there's no way she could have made that basket, Scott. She was so far underneath.
Yeah, and I think if Scheibe hadn't come down so hard, she might have been able to get away with that, but she swung that arm down with a little bit of authority. So
Brooklyn White at the line, missed the free throw, but she will have one more.
They have not been very good from the line tonight, Tony.
No, they were 4 for 11 in the first half, and they're 2 of 3 in the second, 2 of 4 now. So missed both. Scheibe wasn't ready for that, nearly turned it over. Now they do turn it over.
Oh, they caught a break. No.
Wow.
No, they missed that one. Coach Scheibe, I don't know if he's mad at his team or the official, but he should be mad at both because the Lady Vikes were out of sorts there at half court, and then the official just missed that one. So,
yep, now Karen inbounds the Viets. Oh, now she turned over. She's like, I just took one step. I was like, well, you got to release it if you're going to take the step. If she would have passed it, it would have been fine. But she held on to the ball. And so silly turnover right back. So nobody hurt there. 2 silly turnovers.
She said a lot more to the official than Anaya did. Anaya, whatever Anaya said, must have really ticked the official off because she got a quick tee.
Now Scheibe in the lane. And she's going to get... They got a hold on Kaylin Karen, I believe. So second foul on Kaylin Karen. Burnett checks back in. Now Patterson inbounds to Scheibe. Scheibe, long 2, missed it. Now White with the rebound. Lady Vikes still holding on to that 12-point lead at 43-31. Now Burnett. Burnett missed shot in the lane, but Porter gets the rebound and missed twice. 2 offensive rebounds and then 2 misses. Now here comes Patel. She needs to kick it back out to Scheibe. Scheibe thought about the 3, now gets it to Patel for a 3, and it's good.
That's nice recognition by Scheibe, and great job by Patel to knock it down. What is that, her fourth?
Four threes for Patel. And it seems like it's just been kind of quiet, really. But that's what we need, is just those quiet threes to open up this lead even bigger, and it's at a 15-point advantage. That's the biggest of the night. And now a jump ball in the lane. It's going to stay with the Lady NATO. We're down to 5:42 here to go in the fourth quarter. Lady Vikes with a 15-point lead, and Cadence Ball checks in for Lady Vikes. And gets it into Taylor Karen, and she gets in the lane, and who are they going to call that on? They called on Anaya Hinman. That's her third. So Taylor Karen now will shoot 2. Karen has 13 points on the game. 14 now. She is 3 for 3 from the line, Scott, so she's the one we don't want to foul.
Yeah, offensively, she's been the go-to person for the Lady NATO.
And she missed that one.
Oh
what a rebound by Brooklyn White, which shouldn't have been a rebound. And a putback, and so now Brooklyn White with 6 points. And back to a 12-point game. We got a foul called on Taylor Karen, I believe.
You know, and obviously way too early for the Lady Vikes to try to milk the clock, Tony, but it seems like they're trying to go pretty fast.
Yeah, and now Off of Porter, out of bounds. Trying to get it down low to Hinman, which is the right move. Now Cadence Ball to inbounds under the basket. And she needs to get it in. She gets it in Sailor Ray for a three. In and out, no good. And near steal by Ball. Now Taylor Karen with it. 12-point lead for Lady Vikes. Now Strickland gets it back to Karen. She thought about the three, and now she turned it over. Good defense by Ashka Patel there, just sticking up her hands and blocked the shot. Now Cadence Ball for a three, nearly made it, but a Hinman with the offensive rebound, and she got blasted. They did not want her to make that easy bucket. And I think two players hit her, Strickland and Porter, I believe. Nope, they gave it to White.
Unless I missed something earlier, Tony, that's the Lady Vikings' first offensive rebound of the half.
Wow. And Hinman will go to the line. This will be her first time at the line. And she missed it.
It's hard to believe that as many times as I've seen her get bumped this game, that this is her first trip to the line.
Yeah, Lady Vikes have not shot it real well from the line. No, missed both of them, and now Porter comes out with it. Looks like they're about 50%, 6 for 12 on the game.
Yeah, good call by the official.
Travel by Lopez. Aaron Lopez, just a freshman, hasn't played a whole lot of minutes, and she got called for the travel there.
You know, Tony, this game has just been so bizarre. On one hand, you feel like the Lady Vikes should be up by 20 or 25. On the other hand, you feel like, man, Coffeyville could just about have this thing tied up right now.
Exactly. Cadence Ball with it. And she could go all the way to the basket. She should have just took the layup.
Yep.
Now Sailor Ray for three, and she makes it. So that's her fourth three-pointer. And now she has 14 points. And they're going to call that out of bounds off the Lady Vikes. Lady Vikes back with a 15-point advantage, matches their most of the game, highest of the game. So Lady Vikes, 15-point lead. Lady NATO has the ball. Taylor Karen for three, missed it, and rebound by Cadence Ball. Are they going to call jump?
Yes, they are.
Jump ball does go to the Lady Vikes. Cadence Ball gets it into Ashka Patel, down to the nearing the 4-minute mark of the ball game. Lady Vikes with the ball in a 15-point lead. Patterson with it. Scheibe is wide open. Was wide open. She still is. Sydney Scheibe missed the shot. Now another steal by the Lady Vikes. Gets it back down to Scheibe. Kicks it back out to Patel for a three. No good this time. Ran down by Taylor Karen. And now Lady Vikes with a steal. Cadence Ball came up with it.
I don't understand that either, Tony. Yeah. That went right off number three.
It probably should have been a foul,
yeah,
maybe
that's
on the
true.
Lady Vikes. So, I mean, I guess you're speeding up the game a little bit by just calling it out of bounds off the Lady Vikes. So now Kaylin Karen with the ball. Down to 3.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Karen with it. Noblet for three. No good.
Got to box out the shooter.
And now I'm not sure who they're going to call this on.
They got Kendrick.
Sure enough, Jaden Kendrick picks up her first foul. We do have a timeout on the floor. So let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
To take care of our live stream, Karen Hardesty back in the KLKC studio. Lady Vikes with a 15-point advantage, 3:22 to play in the fourth quarter. And the Lady NATO will have the ball underneath their own basket. So Lady Vikes on their way to hopefully getting to 13-5. They're 12-5 coming into the game. Now Taylor Karen with a little shot and missed shot. Riley Denley comes up with the rebound. Now Brianna Patterson going the other way. Patterson gets it to Cadence Ball. Ball with it. Pulls back out. Gets it to Patterson. All the way across to Sydney Scheibe. Now Brianna Patterson for a three. No good. And Taylor Karen. And Cadence Ball is probably going to get called for the foul. She jumped into, but she was going for the ball. So.
You know, Coffeyville's built a 10 rebound advantage on the glass, Tony, but it's been negated by their 17 turnovers to the Lady Vikings 5. That's been a big difference.
Yeah, you can't have that many turnovers. They're going to call a foul on the floor. What was that? It's going to go on Sydney Scheibe, I think.
1 and 1.
Now they're calling Riley Dunley. They said Sydney Scheibe over the thing, but
yeah, I'm not sure now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. So now Porter missed shot on the 1 and 1. Lady Vikes get the rebound. We're down to 2:38 and counting in the ball game. Scheibe with it. Lady Vikes with a 15-point lead. And Cadence Ball open on the wing. Had it for a second, and now she threw it away. So just some growing pains there for the freshman. I'm liking the fact they're giving her some good quality minutes here, though. Because that's the future of this team, is all those freshman girls, Mitchell and Ball and Manners. Now Strickland for a three, no good. Rebounded by Sydney Scheibe. So Taylor Strickland cut her off. Now double teamed. And it is thrown away. Lady NATO come out with it. We're under 2 minutes to play in the ball game. Noblet with it, gets it to Taylor Karen on the wing. And she missed it, but a good rebound by Brooklyn White. Now she gets position, and then now Taylor Karen with the rebound. Now Riley Dunley goes flying to the floor with the ball. And I think they're going to get a foul on one of the Lady NATOs. I'm not sure which one. Maybe Karen.
15 offensive rebounds tonight for the Lady NATO. That's unbelievable. But they just haven't been able to convert, Tony. They either, one of the reasons they have so many is because they'll get 3 or 4 on one possession because they keep missing the easy ones.
Yep.
And then even if they do get to the free throw line, they haven't been very good there either.
Yep. 15-point lead. Sydney Scheibe stepped into a three, and she missed it anyway. And they're going to call it travel. She took just a little hop step there.
Yeah, the two big guns for the Lady Vikes, Hinman and Scheibe, have had a rough night.
Yep, 8 for Scheibe and only 4 for Hinman. And now Karen with it in the lane. Another offensive rebound, Scott, and a miss again. So 2 misses by Karen in the paint. And here come the Lady Vikes down to 120. Why? Yeah. No, I don't even think that was a foul, but they called on Taylor Karen, and she's out of the game. She's
frustrated. But what a way to end your night with a touch foul out at half court.
So now 1-1 coming for Brianna Patterson. So just like you said, just a really weird night. Just
some missed opportunities by both teams.
Yeah. Patterson missed the free throw. Ran down by Noblet, down to 117 and counting here in the ball game. Lady Vikes still with a 15-point advantage, 49-34. Strickland with it up top, gets it to Burnett, guarded by Mitchell. Now we're down to the 1 minute mark. And Lady NATO is not in a whole lot of hurry. They're just now getting to the shot in the lane. It's going to be a foul on Calissa Kelly. Going to be her first. And it looks like Patterson was the only starter in there. And now she's going to be replaced. And free throw made by Burnett. That is Burnett's first point. And she'll have one more free throw. 49-35, 53.7 seconds to play in the ball game. Second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Dunley. Here comes Cadence Ball. And Ball wants to take it all the way, but she got called for the carry. Down to 46 seconds. Burnett with it. Gets it to Strickland. Noblet for a three. And it's no good. Rebounded by Dunley. Oh, she lost it. And it is knocked out of bounds. And it's going to go to the Lady Vikes. Checking back in is Viets. Down to 33 seconds. Cadence Ball to inbounds. Gets it into Mitchell. Strickland will pick up Mitchell at half court. Mitchell gets it, tries to get to Sailor Ray on the wing, and it's knocked out of bounds by Burnett. Down to 23 seconds. 49-35, Lady Vikes a 14-point lead. Now throws it in, gets it to Port, throws a turnover to Porter. Now Strickland in the lane and another foul. So down to 18 seconds. So Michaela Strickland, senior guard, has not scored. And now she has. She is 1 for 5 from the free throw line. She missed her 4 previous ones. She'll have one more here. 49-36. And make that up. Still 49-36. 13-point advantage. Braylon Mitchell with it down to 13 seconds. Mitchell gets it ahead to Kendrick. Kendrick's going to have to do something with it. And she lost it.
Must have been tipped.
Sure, Mitchell can just hold on to it. And that's the ball game. Lady Vikes survive 49-36, 13-point win. Let's take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Lady Viking basketball on V93.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout Southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.
Welcome back to Phil Kinley High School here in Coffeyville, Kansas. Lady Vikes get the win tonight, 49-36. Let's run down the scores. We are in the Bowen Pharmacy post-game report on the girls' side. So first for the Lady NATO, Savannah Vietz with 6, Sydney Lynn Burnett with 1, Aaron Lopez with 1, Kayla Strickland 1, Brooklyn White with 6, Taylor Karen 14, Shantae Porter was 7. And for the Lady Vikes, leading scorer was Ashka Patel. Leading scorer was Sayla Ray with 14, Ashka Patel with 12. And then Sydney Scheibe with 8, Jaden Kendrick with 8, Anaya Hinman with 4, and Brianna Patterson with 3. And like you said, Scott, off night for Sydney and Anaya, only 12 points between the two. And just Sayla Ray with 14 and Patel with 12.
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
Yeah, it was a really strange ball game, really from start to finish. At the end of the first quarter, I think we both kind of felt like, well, Lady Vikings are in a good spot and will probably pull away.
And they kind of did, but they really didn't.
Yeah, you never really felt comfortable until about maybe midway through the fourth quarter. And it was interesting. I've never seen Coach Scheibe move Anaya around so much in that zone. Yeah. He put her down on the blocks there, down by the baseline quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then even when she was out top, she was just kind of in the middle of a 3-2 zone. He never really had her extended out towards closer to half court, where she really creates havoc.
Yeah.
And I don't know what his reasons were, but I'm sure his reasons were sound. It's just nothing that we've ever seen before.
Well, it helped with the initial shots because they were ice cold.
Right.
But they got a lot of offensive rebounds, and we're just really lucky that if they knocked down half of those little bunnies that they had, they got a chance to win this game.
Yeah, offensive rebounds 16-6 in favor of the Lady NATO.
We need to clean that up before Friday night, because if that happens on Friday night against the Lady Bulldogs, we're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, you're right.
They've got some players that can score.
And tell me again, Scheibe and Hinman, how much did they combine for?
Scheibe with 8 and Hinman with 4.
Okay, so that won't get it done most nights. Lady Vikes still got the double-digit win tonight, but credit these other kids. Ray with 14? No, Patel with 14. I think.
No, Patel 12.
Patel 12. Ray
14, and Jaden Kendrick with 8.
Yeah, she was big tonight.
Yeah.
And that's and when you have a couple of upperclassmen stars like Sydney Scheibe and Hinman, they're going to get all that attention from the defense, and it was great to see these other kids step up. And Sayla Ray is just gaining confidence like crazy as this season has progressed.
Yeah, and we are joined by Coach Pat Scheibe. Coach, can you hear me?
Yes.
Coach, kind of so weird night. You got Sydney only has 8, Anaya only has 4. It seemed like Anaya had position almost all game. It's just like it's like the basket had a lid on it. I mean, what was she saying?
Yeah, and I thought earlier on, I thought she was fading away from the basket, and I kept telling her, take it right to him. But, in the first half, she was fading away, and then the second half, like you said, she had some good looks. She just got to finish underneath there.
Yeah, still, a win's a win, but, how impressed were you with Jaden Kendrick has 6 points in the first quarter, and she looked like she's just on fire. She turned just a turnaround three and splashes it, and I'm just like, man. And then she was getting offensive rebounds. And
she's got it in her. If she can just stay consistent, she can help our team a lot.
Yeah,
that's the big thing with her, and she gave us a spark early, and Sayla Ray has been playing very good the last 2 games.
Oh, yeah.
I think Sayla led us in scoring today, and
14 points.
That's what it takes, when they start keying on Sydney and Anaya, some of them other girls step up, and I thought for the most part they did, but it got a little sloppy at times, but I thought our girls played pretty hard, pretty good defense, and I told them every win from here on out is huge.
Yeah. We've got a tough game coming up Friday. Indy's going into the night they're 15-2, and one of their losses was to us. And we're going to have to step it up. We're definitely got to play a little bit better than what we did tonight in order to knock Indy down a little bit. But like you said, every game's important from here on out. On those rankings, on the seedings for Sub-State, we're sitting in the 4th spot, and if we lose one, we could possibly move down to the 5th spot. It's definitely going to be big coming down these last 2 games.
Yeah, for sure. That's you can't go in any game, looking past them by any means. We figured that out last week.
Exactly.
Not that we was looking past them, but when a team's hungry like that, sometimes things happen the way it did. But we got to clean a few things up and do a better job of putting teams away. Got to knock our free throws down, but I was very proud of some of them girls coming in, like Cadence Ball.
Yeah, she played
She
a lot
comes
of
in
good minutes.
as a freshman. If we could get all the girls playing as hard as her, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because some of them that has the talent, don't go near as hard as she does.
Exactly.
But that's what she goes hard every time. We ask her, and so.
Yeah, it's definitely good to get those freshmen some minutes, especially, coming down to those last few games of the season, because, when you get girls in foul trouble, you're going to have to use them, and you don't want someone going into the game with, very little varsity experience. So any experience those girls are getting on these games is very important.
Yes, for sure. And that, just like you said, tonight we kind of got in a little foul trouble and we had to go pretty deep, but, we won't be afraid to throw Cadence in there to play defense against anybody.
That's good.
So, like I said, we just got to keep getting better and keep working hard. And, it's a long season, and hopefully we, after the game the other night, I think that got the girls' attention.
We'll let them up a little bit.
And, Coach, it is a long season, and I've seen most of your games. I haven't made it to all of them, but I hadn't seen you move Anaya around in that zone as much as you did tonight. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we like to move her out, a little bit because she's good off the dribble as well. So, we kind of drug her out tonight. We thought the big girl from, Fort Scott wouldn't come out on her, so that was one thing we talked about, early, just to drag her out, and I can go right around her as well. But, that's Anaya can shoot the ball too as well outside. So I told her, that 1-3, she kind of hesitated. And I was like, just let it fly, And so, hopefully our girls are locked in for the rest of the season.
Yeah, well, congrats, Coach. I know you're going to get the girls ready for Friday night, another big game. And then we have a little bit of a break. We got an off night on the next Tuesday. And then we have Chanute at home on senior night. So 2 more home games, and then we'll be ready for Sub-State. Hopefully, a couple of home games for Sub-State.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's why we want to kind of stay in that 4 spot there so we can have, 2 home games. So, hopefully the girls, lay it all out on the line Friday night, and should be a good game, good atmosphere. So hopefully we're ready to play.
All right. Well, congrats, Coach.
Hey, thank you. I'm going to
Thanks,
tell
Coach.
my mom Happy Valentine's Day at home. She's watching, so.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you guys a lot. Thank you for everything you do.
Yep, no
bet.
problem.
Thanks,
You're welcome.
Coach.
Thanks, Coach. All right, that was victorious Coach Pat Scheibe. And Scott, got any last comments?
No, just that, Lady Vikings. It was, and Coach Scheibe mentioned it in his comments there, and we mentioned it briefly. It's so nice to see, like the Sailor Rays stepping up, beating the leading scorer tonight. She's just playing with so much confidence. You mentioned Kendrick had a great night, and Patel, she established herself as a good outside shooter her freshman year.
Yeah.
But she continues to contribute, what we saw this last year when the Lady Vikes had to had that unfortunate draw and they had to play Hayden in the first round at Sub-State, and they had such a great year, and then they ran into Hayden, and even if they had won that game, I think they would have had to play Bishop Miege in the next game. It was just about as bad of a draw as you could get,
and that was just because of the record.
Yeah, it was just how it fell. It was, that happens in the postseason. It's not luck of the draw, and yet it kind of is.
Exactly.
And the Lady Vikes, they're going to get to a point. They're going to run into an opponent in the postseason where they're going to need Sydney and they're going to need Anaya, but that's still not going to be enough. They're going to need everybody.
Exactly.
And because they're a good team, but they're not really a state championship caliber team.
Exactly.
So they're going to have to pull off some upsets, and they have the talent to do it, but everybody will have to be clicking on the same night.
Exactly. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this Bowen Pharmacy post-game report. And how much time do you want before the boys?
Let's see. 7:33. Karen, why don't you send it back to us at 7:41, please? 7:41, and we'll get going with the Tank Connection pregame show for the boys game.
All right, let's take it back to the station for 8 minutes. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93.
Coffeyville back in January as we get going with our Tank Connection pregame show here. And Tony, I was looking back at the scorebook from last month, and I noticed Dante Sawyer, who's no longer with the Vikings, put up 14 points, and the Vikings only won by 4, so the Vikings will need somebody else to step up and fill that void. I do think Jesse Jones still probably wasn't quite 100% after getting nicked up in a car accident over Christmas break. He only had 9 points that night and only 3 in the second half. So I think he'll have a bigger night offensively for Parsons. But it just seems like, Parsons has had a lot of talent over the last 5 or 6 years. And but it seems like when we play Coffeyville, it just goes down to the last couple of minutes every single time.
Yep, no matter what. I can remember being here, I want to say 4 years ago, and a game I thought we would surely win, and it came down. I want to say it was a buzzer beater.
Yeah,
at the buzzer to win the game, and I want to say it was like Devontae Yates with a little buzzer beater. But it's been at least 4 years ago.
Yeah, I know it wasn't that long ago. I remember we won. I think we won by 1 in this gym, and Coffeyville missed. They had a pretty good look at about a 14 or 15 foot jump shot, and I think it was an air ball if I remember correctly. They just missed it. But yeah, it just always goes down to the end. Going way, way, way back to I don't even think I was in high school yet. In fact, I know I wasn't. I was in 8th grade. And the Vikings took second in the state that year. The year before they won the state championship in 1987. They came in here to Coffeyville, ranked number 1 in Class 5A back then. And Coffeyville got us that night.
That's crazy.
It's just always so many good athletes on both sides. And typically, they like to get up and down the floor. Last month, the score didn't really show that. Played in the 50s, but both these teams tend to play with a lot of energy and usually get after it pretty good on the defensive end as well. They both like to play that sticky man-to-man.
Exactly. The Vikes, year in and year out, have great athletes, and this year's no different. And I feel like some of our players are getting better as the season progresses.
Yeah.
The one person I'm thinking of is Jamarion Washington.
Oh yeah.
Just in the last probably 5 to 6 games, maybe even started at the Lancer Classic. Just started just recognizing where he needs to be on the court, his positioning, even getting some good offensive rebounds and putbacks, and making it easier on himself. It just seems like early in the year he had to really work hard to score points, and just seems like in the last few games he's starting to kind of get a little bit better rhythm. I don't know how many he had this last game. I want to say he had 10 or 12.
He had a good night, and you're right. He just has a better feel for the game. Yeah, he had 12 points.
Yeah.
When they came up just short to Pittsburgh the other night. And
but he's the last few nights he's been, and then like you said, Jesse Jones, only had 9 last time they played him. He's went off for over 20 the last 2 games. So he's had a couple of big games, and I know Landon Weed had a little bit of an off night last Friday against Pittsburgh, but he had a very, very big fourth quarter last Tuesday versus Labette County. I think he had 16 in the fourth quarter. And he's capable of picking up those extra points that we're going to need to pick up. So J.J. Kendrick, I feel like he's getting better, getting more in the scoring column, whereas he used to only score anywhere from 2 to 6 points a game. He's starting to get in double digits. So
and the Vikings need that. And so, wow, another national anthem.
Okay,
or I'm not sure yet. We won't take commercial break quite yet, but I think that might be what they're getting ready for.
I think they are. I mean, we did a couple of them at Parsons this last week whenever we had the.
Sure enough, national anthem time here at Coffeyville. So let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll have the opening tip when we return. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
Career goal tornado, junior number 3, Jamarion Logan. For the Vikings, number 1, J.J. Stewart. For your goal tornado is sophomore number 11, Keyshawn Hayes. For Parsons, number 2, Trey. For Coffeyville is sophomore number 15, Jake Bruner. For the Vikings, number 3, Jesse Jones. For your goal tornado is senior number 23, DeAndre Shue.
Did you send that to him?
For the Vikings.
And we're back live. Field Kinley High School. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you. Drew Fuentes taking care of our live video stream. Karen Hardesty taking care of everything for us back in the KLKC studios. And Tony, one of the guys I was going to focus on tonight for Coffeyville was Deron Davis, 5'7" senior, who played really well. I don't even know if he's here tonight.
I don't see him.
He was not in the starting lineup, and I was looking for him during warm-ups, and I never did spot him. So
yeah, I don't see him on the bench either.
So we won't speculate on why he's not here. I did notice several minutes ago, I'd never seen this before. Coach Snyder was having a very intense conversation with one of the officials. This was 10 minutes before this was 10 minutes ago. It didn't look like an unfriendly conversation, but I wouldn't call it friendly either. So I don't have any. It went on for several minutes, and so I don't know what Coach Snyder was trying to line out before opening tip. But speaking of the opening tip, we are just about there with the big guy Adamson, 6'6" junior, going up against 6'4" junior Landon Wheat, and it's going to be won by Coffeyville. Corner with it, as expected. Vikes will open up in a straight man-to-man. Logan. The corner pulls up at the free throw line. So out to Hayes. And now Coffeyville nearly throws it away. Coffeyville, of course, in their home white. Vikings in their traveling blue. Coffeyville taking a bit of patience here. Good look underneath. Shot goes down, and there's a foul.
A lot of patience there.
It was Keandre Shobe with the assist. It was a great pass. I'm trying to remember, did he play in the first game?
I don't know.
Missed free throw. I don't think he did. But Coffeyville gets the offensive board, so they lead it 2-0, and they have the basketball. Adamson at the right elbow, pivots, and a bad pass going to be anticipated and stolen by Jesse Jones, forces the issue, blocked out of bounds by Adamson. And that big win over LC, we saw Jesse was able to get a shot over a 6'7" player. That time he challenged the 6'6" Adamson. And then a bad pass by Kendrick off the inbound. It's stolen by Horner. Coffeyville looking to run, and then Horner dribbles it off his foot, and it's a turnover on the NATO.
And give the assist to the cheerleader for getting the ball back.
So just underway, 2-0, Coffeyville on top, 6:53 to go in our opening quarter. In case you missed it, the Lady Vikings were victorious in our opener. And Mack with it. I anticipated Coffeyville opening up in a man-to-man, but they have opened up in a zone, and there is Washington, and he gets blocked by Keandre Shobe. At the other end, wow, like a pinball machine, Adamson ends up with it, and he scored. So 4-0, Coffeyville on top here in the early going. So the Vikes attack this zone. Kendrick. And they find Wheat, drive.
Wow, he got bumped.
He did get bumped. Battle for the loose ball. Adamson has it. Yeah, they let some contact go down there in the paint. Here comes Coffeyville with the ball and a 4-0 lead. Logan with it. Swings it over to Horner. Now to Keandre Shobe. He's a big body, but he lost it that time.
There was a lot of contact there too, Scott.
Jesse with the left hand got it to go. So the Vikings get their first basket, and then I didn't see what happened, but a silly turnover on the NATO. The Vikes catch a break. 5:33 to go in our opening quarter. NATO on top 4-2. Jesse for three in the lead. Spins out, no good. Adamson with the rebound. Quickly at the other end, Logan with it in the paint. Tough shot, he got it. He has 4 points. And it is 6-2 in favor of the NATO. 5:12 to go in our opening quarter. Kendrick fakes a three. Bad pass. Vikes having trouble with his zone in the early going, but great hustle by Jesse Jones. He runs it down, essentially gets a steal, saves the possession for the Vikes. Three-pointer by Wheat. Boy, he is really starting to show some range as he knocks it down.
That's a
big shot.
Big three for Landon Wheat.
6-5, NATO by 1. From the left elbow, 15-footer, no good. Great rebound by Landon Wheat. Got it away from Adamson. Jesse Jones into the paint, forcing the action. Can't score, but he's fouled, and he'll get a couple of free throws.
After all the contact and no calls, that was, man. Lucky to go to the line here, I think.
What about Aaron Tunstall? Have you seen him on the bench, Tony? He was big.
Yeah, he's there.
First free throw goes down for Jesse Jones. So he has 3 points. Landon Wheat has 3 points, and we are tied at 6 points apiece now. 4:31 to go in the opening quarter. Washington heads to the bench, replaced by Trey Tullis. Jesse's second free throw is good. And the Vikes have their first lead of the night at 7-6. Here comes the NATO with it. Logan gets it into Adamson. Big man kicks it out. Shobe from about 17, no good. Rebounded by Wheat. As it box out.
Great rebound.
Jesse Jones over to Kendrick for three. It's off the mark and rebounded by Logan. Coffeyville looking to run. Logan already has 4 points. No good hesitation, and then he gets fouled and he scores. He has been on fire here in the first quarter for the NATO. The 5'7" junior now has 6 points, and it's an 8-7 lead for Coffeyville. He only had
that's got to be over the back.
Be over the back. He only had 10 points when these teams played, and 8 of those came in the second half back in January. So here come the Vikings down by 1, 3:55 to go in quarter number 1. NATO stays in their zone, but they're really extending that zone. And then Mack has it stripped from behind, but a foul. Coffeyville fans and bench not too sure about that call. Jake Corner picks up his first and the team's second. Rather make that the team's third. Again, your score, Coffeyville 8, Parsons 7, 3:46 to go in quarter number 1. Mack into Jesse Jones. A corner 3 is going to be almost an air ball. Then it goes out of bounds over to the NATO. So Coffeyville with the ball in a 1-point lead. Vikes tried to do a little bit of a press. It's broken easily. Then a 3-pointer, no good. Oh, are they going to get over the back?
Wow.
Vikes caught a break on that.
Big time. Wow.
I didn't see a push, and it looked to me like
the crowd doesn't like it either, Scott.
Shobe is listed at 6'4". He's a big body. And I thought he got the clean rebound, but officials saw it differently, and he picks up his first, team's fourth. Vikes throw it away. Corner has it. Vikes continue to have trouble with that zone. Here comes Logan with it.
It's 4 turnovers on the Vikes now.
Yeah, it's been a rough first quarter for the Vikings on the offensive end. Corner at the right wing, kicks it into the corner. Gets it back. There's Tunstall on the floor for the first time. He led the NATO with 15 the first time these teams played. Corner nowhere to go. Finds Tunstall. Oh, good look to Shobe, and he puts it in. He gets his first basket. 5 2-point field goals for the NATO here in the first quarter, and they lead at 10-7. 2:45 to go in quarter number 1. Kendrick. Now to Jesse Jones, to Washington. Washington looks like he wants to make a move. He got bumped. And I think it's going to be possibly on Shobe for his second. Sure enough. Trey Mack into the Viking lineup, replacing Kendrick. 10-7, Vikes trailing by 3, 2:34 to go in quarter number 1. Mack get it down to Washington.
I didn't see it travel there.
It looked to me like he just put the ball on the floor, but no complaint from Coach Houck on the Viking bench. So another turnover on the Vikings. It seems like the Vikings have done a pretty good job recently, Tony, of taking care of the basketball, but they have struggled mightily here in the first quarter. Vikes with a little bit of full court pressure. Warner kicks it out. An 18-footer goes down. Jeremy Shobe gets his first basket. And then the Vikes throw it away at the other end. 12-7, Coffeyville by 5, 2:14 to go in our opening quarter. Tullis heads to the bench, replaced by Kendrick. And we mentioned how tight these games usually are. Another thing that we could mention, the NATO seems to have the advantage in the first quarter when these teams play for some reason. I think we have an illegal screen on the NATO. It's going to go. Jeremy Shobe picks up his first. And already 16 fouls on the NATO, so hopefully the Vikings will be able to chip into this deficit at the free throw line as this half continues. Oh, good look into Landon Wheat, but he lost it. Another turnover. Wow, the Vikes, that's exactly what the Vikings wanted. At the other end, Horner, I guess you're going to say it came off the backboard. And
they're going to give it goaltending, I think.
So Horner's going to get it on the goaltending. He gets his first 2. 7 2-point baskets here in the first quarter, and the NATO have doubled up the Vikings 14-7. Kendrick, Jesse to Mack. They get it down low to Wheat. Finds the cutter, goes up, and JJ scores off the glass. That's the best the Vikings have attacked the zone here tonight. I don't think they were expecting this zone, Tony. I think they were expecting man-to-man like we were. There's a backdoor cut by Horner. Kicks it out for an open three. And it's good. Knocking it down from the corner is Hayes. 6 players have scored in the first quarter for the NATO, and they lead at 17-9. Jesse Jones, I thought he was going to try to answer. Said he goes with a floater from the baseline, and he got it to go. Nice shot by Jesse Jones. He already has 6 points here in the first quarter, trying to keep the Vikings in this thing. 17-11, NATO by 6. Horner on the right wing. He's just a sophomore. Looking for a cutter, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Tunstall. Good eye by the official. So as rough as it's been, Tony, it's just a 6-point deficit. 46 seconds to go in the first quarter.
If we can get a basket here,
that'd be big.
We'll be fine.
A 2-3 zone, but they're doing a lot of trapping out of it. And it's giving the Vikings some problems. Oh, good look into Wheat. Oh, he missed it. Oh, my, just like Anaya missed some point-blank shots, Landon Wheat misses an easy one right there. So the Vikes down by 6. Tunstall with it. Looks like the NATO is going to try to hold for 1. Rather, this is Shobe with it, I believe. Down to 6 seconds to go. Good look. 17-footer from the baseline goes down. Jeremy Shobe knocks it down. And what a good first quarter for the NATO. They lead it at the break 19-11. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back with quarter number 2. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.
We're back live at Field Kenley High School. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you. Coffeyville did a really good job sharing the basketball when these teams played earlier in the year, and Tony, 6 guys in the scoring column in the first quarter.
That's
just
amazing.
3 guys for the Vikings, led by Jesse Jones with 6. Logan leading Coffeyville also with 6 points, but Vikings gonna have to figure out how to crack the zone, and they've kind of figured it out, Tony, but when they've had the chance, they just haven't been able to convert, even when they're just a couple of feet from the basket. Coffeyville stays in the zone. Mack in the corner to Jones, to Washington, double teamed. JJ thought about a 3. Mack wide open, so he'll shoot, and he's off the mark. Washington fighting for it. Well, I thought he got fouled. Tallest gets it. And they're going to say he was over the back.
Wow, I think that's kind of an iffy call there.
So Tallest picks up his first. Things not going well for the Vikes. Here in the early going, 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. NATO with the ball and an 8-point lead. Hernandez on the floor for the first time for the NATO. And bad pass knocked out of bounds, and it was last touch by Coffeyville. Herring on the floor for the first time as well. It's another thing about the NATO, they always play a lot of bodies.
Rebounds were even in the first quarter, Scott, but 6 turnovers by the Vikings to 2 for Coffeyville.
And there's another one.
There's another one. So the turnovers have been what's been costing us.
Coach Houck's had enough. He's putting Barkas into the lineup, and Trey Mack heads to the bench. Coffeyville looking for a double-digit lead on this trip. They're up 19-11, 7:05 to go in the first quarter. The Vikes have switched to a zone. See how the NATO attacks it. Baker also on the floor for the first time. Three-pointer goes down, knocking it down from the near corner is Hayes, his second three. And once again, the NATO have doubled up the Vikes. Now at 22-11, a jump ball, and it's going to go over to Coffeyville. So it is all NATO here in the first half, up 22-11. 6:40 to go in the first half. Vikes will stay in the zone. Herring with it in the corner. Bad pass. Vikes with numbers. J.J. Kendrick kicks it out to Jesse Jones now. Back to Kendrick. And then knocked out by Baker. This defense has really been impressive by Coffeyville, holding the Vikings to 11 points, and we have 6:22 to go in the first half. Tallis thought about a three. Instead, he gives it off to Kendrick. Out to Jesse. He will take the three from the top of the key. It's no good. Tallis with the offensive board, and he puts it in off the glass. Nice job.
First offensive rebound for the Vikings. Actually, they had another one earlier. I forgot. They have two now.
So Vikes within 9 at 22-13. 5:55 to go in the first half. Hayes with it. Oh, and I didn't see that either, but a traveling violation on Logan. He had a good first quarter with 6 points. Landon Wheat checking back into the lineup for the Vikings. And he will replace Kendrick. So it's Tallis, Jones, Wheat, Barkus, and Washington on the floor for the Vikings. It'd be nice with the big 6'6" Adamson on the bench, see if the Vikings can get the ball down to Landon Wheat.
Yeah.
And see if he's able to score in the paint. Barkus with it. He's in trouble, needs some help. He's tied up. And it goes over, it'll stay with the Vikings. But when a team's trapping like that, Tony, you just have to make quick decisions, and it's not easy to do. But if you hold the ball,
it's not going to be
good.
good.
For a full second, you're probably going to get tied up. Yep, Vikes tried to lob it in, and it's another turnover. NATO with the ball and a 9-point lead. Shobe with it. Now gives it off to Hayes. Back to Shobe. Vikes staying in their zone, and a bad pass. Landon Wheat has it. Dribbles up forward, got bumped. I cannot believe they did not call a foul.
Wow.
Knocked out of bounds, I say, by Coffeyville. I saw a lot of contact there, Tony. I think we're hearing some boos from the Viking fans. And do we have a timeout on the floor? Yep, 30-second timeout called by Coach Hack. We'll keep it here at the gym. 5:14 to go in the first half. Coffeyville leads at 22-13. And Tony, I think the Vikings they'll be all right on the defensive end, I think.
Yeah.
But they have got to figure out how to crack this Coffeyville zone, or it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to penetrate to the basket and then kick it off to somebody, whether it's for a three or another, another two. I mean, I just don't see right now what's happening is not very good.
And I say this all the time. It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But what needs to be done when a team is going to do that much trapping out of the zone, you just have to attack.
Exactly.
As soon as you see that trap coming, split those two guys, and then all of a sudden you have the numbers advantage. Yep. And so we'll see how the Vikings handle it coming out of this timeout. They get it into Landon Wheat. Landon kicks it out to Tallis. He thought about a three. Now Wheat will try the three. That one's off the mark, no good. Washington runs it down in the corner, but he's trapped immediately. Boy, that's a quick whistle. Another tie-up situation, and it goes over to the NATO. 5:02 to go in the first half. The Vikings have been held to 13 points. I think the NATO has been in this zone since the first possession, and there's really no reason for them to come out of it if it keeps being this successful. NATO up 22-13. The Vikings opened it a man-to-man. They have since switched to a zone. Looks like they may have gone back to a straight man-to-man. Backdoor cut. Shobe kicks it in the corner. Hernandez now guarded by Tallis. Hernandez thought about a three. He needs a little bit of help. Gets it to Josh Shobe. He goes baseline, gets around a couple of guys, blocked by Tullis.
Tullis.
Great defense. Washington almost lost it, and then he just throws it away. Coach Howe very, very frustrated on the bench. I mean, how many turnovers is that, Tony?
That's 9.
9 turnovers, and we still have 4.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, the Vikings are lucky that Coffeyville's turned it over 4 times in this quarter, so
now the Vikes
kept it close.
Vikes switch back to a zone. Looks like probably a 1-3-1. Baseline is the weak spot in a 1-3-1. Hernandez will launch a 3. Looked good, but it is a little bit short. Good rebound by Washington. Gets it ahead to Jones. That's got to be a block. You're going to get Hernandez on the foul. That should put the Vikings at the line.
Sure enough, Jesse's at the line for a 1-on-1.
Been a rough night for the Vikes so far at the offensive end, down 22-13. Jesse Jones has 6 points. He got the free throw to go. He'll earn the bonus. He's 3 out of 3 from the line. He leads all scorers with 7. 22-14, 8-point lead for the NATO. Second free throw is good. So the Vikes back to within 7, 22-15, 4:08 to go in our first half. Hayes with it. Over to Logan. Vikes in the zone. Hernandez thought about a 3. There's a 14-footer that is no good. And rebounded by Mack. Trey Mack up ahead to Jesse Jones. Jones penetrates. Can't score, then knocked out by the Vikes. 3:46 to go in the first half. NATO with the ball and a 7-point lead. I think Jesse Jones may have hit his head. He's going to have to come out. I hope he's okay.
The Vikes have been out-rebounded. The Vikes have out-rebounded Coffeyville in the second quarter, but still not been able to get into that lead too much.
Yeah, Jesse's in some pain. Here's a long 2, no good. Long rebound, though, comes out to the NATO. They kick it in the corner. Hayes with it. Tried to get it underneath and somehow does. Turn around, goes down for Logan. He has 8 points. 9-point lead now, 24-15. Washington tries a 3. Got it to go. I saw him hit a couple in warm-ups. Jamarion Washington, who would have thought his first points would come from beyond the 3-point line. The Vikes get it on a steal. Landon Wheat bringing it up. Gets around his man and cannot score. How did it not go down? Woof. 2 free throws coming for Landon Wheat.
He can cut it down to a 4-point game if he knocks these down.
24-18. I think Jesse Jones is going to be okay. Looks like he's still kind of maybe a little woozy on the sideline as Landon Wheat knocks down the free throw. Yeah, we got somebody I don't even have. Who's 42, Tony, for Coffeyville?
Garrett Vanister. Yeah, he didn't play when we played at Parsons.
So Baker heads to the bench. So the Vikings chipping away here. Landon's second free throw is also good. He now has 5 points. 4-point lead for the NATO, 24-20. They were up 22-11 just a few minutes ago. Hayes with it. Out to Shobe, now over to Hernandez. Logan with it on the near side. He leads Coffeyville with 8 points here in the first half. Vikings have gone back to a zone. Shobe with it. Out to Hernandez. He wants a 3 from the top of the key. It's good. They've got a lot of guys who can score. And a dangerous pass knocked out by Coffeyville. It'll stay with the Vikes, but it is back to a 7-point bulge at 27-20. Jesse Jones, that's good news for the Vikings, back into the lineup. And he replaces Landon Wheat. Vikes get it into Tullis and tried to get it into Washington. I thought that went off Washington, but
we'll take it.
Official was right there, said it went off the NATO. Kendrick to throw it in from the baseline. Points have been hard to come by for the Vikes. Great look into Tallis, but it's knocked away. He gets it back, kicks it in the corner. Jesse open for a corner three. He's short. JJ with an offensive board, but can't finish. Bannister gets it just for the NATO.
But
and then great anticipation by Mack. Almost had the steal. Knocks it into the Viking bench. Down to 2:12 to go in the first half. NATO with the ball and a 7-point lead at 27-20. Shobe with it in the corner. Right back to Shobe. Hayes for three. Short. Good rebound by Washington. Gives it off to Mack. Mack looking to force the issue. Baseline drive by Jesse. Gets a couple of guys in the air. Short.
Wow.
And Shobe corrals the rebound. Then a silly foul by Jesse Jones.
Now the Vikings have 5 offensive boards in the second quarter and only got 1 basket out of those 5.
I think do we have another timeout on the floor?
32nd.
So I think Coffeyville called a 30-second one. We'll keep it. Yeah, Coach Hout asked me, hey, why wasn't a foul called on that shot a second ago? So it's been that kind of a night for the Vikes. It's just ball's just not going in the basket for the most part. You're down 27-20 with 1:51 to go in the first half. And Tony, I'm trying to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're up to 7 guys in the scoring column for Coffeyville. Vikes up to 5 guys who've broken in. But Coffeyville, they're one of those teams, and it seems like it's like that every year. Yeah, they might have a superstar every now and then, but for the most part, I mean, you got to guard everybody.
Yeah, they've only got 2 starters in the game at this point.
Yeah, they go about 10 deep. In fact, you can see just the 2 guys on the very end of the bench are the only ones that don't have their warm-ups off. So here we go. Vikes will stay in a 1-3-1 zone. It's a 7-point lead for the NATO, and they have the basketball. And it looks like they might be looking to run a little bit of clock here, Tony, with this lead.
Yeah,
I'm sure if they see an opportunity to attack, I'm sure they'll take it, but they're going to be patient.
Is Adamson in foul trouble, Scott?
You know, I missed one earlier. He may have 2.
Okay, I was going to say, he's been on the bench for a while.
Yeah, he has. See if the Vikings can force a turnover here. Coffeyville running the clock down. Still 1:10 to go in the first half, but Coffeyville enjoying a 7-point lead. Hayes has it. Over to Shobe. The Vikes went ahead and switched up to a man-to-man. They didn't want them to run the clock down the rest of the way. Shobe dribbling. And he's got a 5-second call.
Wow. That's their 6th turnover.
Nice defense by Trey Mack. So 51 seconds to go. Vikes. And it'd be great if they could get this cut down to about 5 points going into the locker room. They were down by 11 not long ago. And they turn it over again, Tony.
Wow, that's 10 on the night.
Coach Hout just looks up to the ceiling in despair. 35 seconds to go in the half. Coffeyville with the ball and a 7-point lead at 27-20. Logan with it, out at half court, guarded by Wheat. It's around Wheat, finds a cutter, and then a foul on Washington, and 2 free throws coming for Bannister. That is just Washington's first, and only the team's 5th, but still 2 free throws coming for Bannister. The lefty puts up his first free throw, no good. Well, the Vikes need to box out here. 19 seconds to go in the half. Coffeyville leading this one 27-20. Second free throw on the way is good. 8-point lead for Coffeyville. Vikes probably want to hold for 1 here. Almost stolen. Kendrick, nice drive on the baseline. He scores off the glass. 4 points for Kendrick. Plenty of time for Coffeyville, though. 8 seconds. Good drive. Shot missed. The Vikes almost had it. Here's going to be a desperation 3. No good. And halftime is here. Vikes pretty fortunate, Tony, to only be down 6 because it could have been easily double digits going into the locker room.
Yeah, it could have been.
So 28-22 is your score. Let's take a 3-minute break, and then we'll be back with the Eye Care Associate halftime report. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
And we're back live in Coffeyville. We are at halftime with the NATO leading the Vikes 28-22. Tony, 13 guys broke into the scoring column in the first half, 8 for the NATO, 5 for the Vikes. And with that many guys scoring, no surprise, nobody in double digits yet. Jesse Jones with 8 to lead the Vikes, and Logan with 8 to lead the NATO. And we said right before the break, as we get going with our Eye Care Associate halftime show, that Vikings pretty fortunate to only be down 6. Coffeyville got a little sloppy with the basketball in the second quarter, and I was looking over my scorebook. The Vikings with 2 3-pointers in the first half, one by Wheat, one by Washington.
Yeah, that's
their 2 best post players are the guys with the 3-pointers. So, and speaking of those guys, those are the ones that hopefully the Vikes can get going down in the post.
Exactly.
That zone has really given the Vikings fits, but they've gotten the ball where they need to get it a few times. They just haven't been able to put it in the basket.
Yeah, they haven't finished, and the Vikings have had 5 offensive rebounds, and like I said earlier, only one of those turned out to be a made basket. Coffeyville with 3 offensive boards, and 2 out of their 3 resulted in baskets. So there's a little bit of advantage there. Parsons, 2 more turnovers than Coffeyville. And then defensive rebounds is 9 and 8, so pretty even there. But if you look at the offensive rebounds and the turnovers, that's where the 6 points are.
Yeah, and another thing that's kept the Vikings somewhat in this game, Coffeyville just 1 out of 4 at the free throw line, and Vikings 6 out of 6. So the Vikings, and I mentioned this earlier, it seems like Coffeyville always plays well against Parsons in the first half, and then Parsons, is usually the better team in the second half.
They tend to.
So hopefully that trend continues, because the Vikings, we haven't given up hope on them hosting a sub-state game either, Tony.
No.
I think they're 10th.
They're sitting in 10th.
And they need to get up to 8.
There's 2 teams at 8 and 8. Topeka Hayden's 8 and 8, and Labette County's 8 and 8, and we're 8 and 9. So if we can get a win here tonight, we're back to 500, and then win one of the last 2, and finish. If we finish at 10 and 10,
there's a
we
chance.
We got a chance.
Yeah.
So very, very good chance, and who knows? Even if Labette County sneaks into that 8 spot and we're at the 9, we may play Labette County at Labette County.
Yeah, that's a very strong possibility.
Yeah, it could happen.
Could be that rivalry taking
and
the third matchup between
who knows
those
what
great
Topeka
teams.
Hayden has left? When they're that far up north, they play a lot of
they play
tough
competition.
They play Jeff West, they play Seaman, they play Casey Piper. I mean, they play some tough schools up in that northern part of the state.
They're always battle tested.
So it'd be tough to face a team like them. A couple years ago, I think we played Topeka Hayden and we had our way with them, but we had a pretty talented squad that year.
Yeah, we had a very good squad, and in fact we only lost 2 games that entire year, and I know one of them was at state with Derek Williams sitting on the bench with that knee injury, and Hayden was way down that year. Go ahead and run down the rest of the scoring totals. I mentioned Logan leading the way for the NATO with 8. Horner had 2. Adamson, who spent pretty much the whole second quarter on the bench, also had 2. Hernandez with 3. Hayes with 6. Shope with 4. And Keandre Shope with 2. And then Vanister with 1. Then leading the way for the Vikes, it was Jesse Jones with 8. Washington with 3. Kendrick with 4. Wheat with 5, and Tullis with 2. Again, your halftime score, Coffeyville 28 and Parsons 22. Let's take a 2-minute commercial break, and we'll be back with the second half when we return. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Yeah, welcome back to the Eye Care Associate Halftime Show, brought to you by Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland and Gilmore. And Tony, Vikings actually outscored the NATO 11-9 in the second quarter, but they still have work to do down 6. Vikings scored 11 in the first quarter, 11 in the second quarter. That's not going to be enough.
No.
They're going to have to amp up the offensive production, and I'm assuming that the NATO will just come out in that same 2-3 trapping zone. I don't think the Vikes expected it, going by how they had trouble attacking it in the first half. Adamson will be back out on the floor for Coffeyville, the big 6'6" upperclassman.
DeAndre Show will also be back out on the floor. He hasn't played in quite a while as well.
And Vikings will have the first possession of the second half. Kendrick, Jones, Mack, Washington, and Wheat on the floor as we get going in quarter number 3. Vikes down 28-22, and sure enough, it'll be the same zone. If the Vikes attack it a little bit better here in the second half. Get it to Washington. Oh!
Turnover.
Landon Wheat was not even looking for the pass, and I think he probably would have scored, Tony.
Yeah, he had an opening on that left side.
Another turnover right off the bat for the Vikes. Looks like Parsons is going to open up in a zone of their own. Horner with it. Shobe. 3 Shobes on the roster for Coffeyville. Logan with it. And over to Hayes. Back to Logan. Now Shobe with it. Spin move. Almost lost it. Horner thought about a 3. Goes baseline. Little floater. Short. And out by knocked out by Washington. It's just been a struggle tonight for the Vikes. Coffeyville gets it into Adamson, the top of the key. Over to Logan. Now to Adamson. He's the biggest body on the floor. His shot in the paint off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Washington, and a foul on.
I guess they're calling it on Washington.
My goodness.
They must have said he pushed Shobe.
Yeah, I didn't see it, and he just picked up his second. And Coffeyville getting multiple opportunities to extend their 6-point lead early in the third quarter. Cutter to the basket, and layup goes down for Horner. Give him 4 points. 8-point lead for the NATO at 30-22. Jesse Jones back to Kendrick. Vikes just look very tentative against this zone, Tony, and they just threw it away.
Yeah, J.J. Kendrick just needs to pull the trigger and shoot those shots.
Horner took steps, and they didn't call it. He got it back, blocked, and a foul. Demias Johnson, Trey Tall is quickly up off the bench. I think that's an indication that Coach Houck is not pleased at all with the first minute and a half of the third quarter. If Horner hits these two, Tony, right back to a double-digit lead for the NATO. First free throw spins off, no good. NATO have done a lot of things well tonight. They have not shot well from the free throw line, however, sitting at 20%, 1 out of 5. Horner with 4 points, trying to give the NATO a 9-point lead, and he got it. Mack to Jones. Coffeyville, that extended 2-3 zone. Over to Mack, finds Johnson. Oh, not to Jesse. I think he wanted to shoot the 3, but he wasn't able to catch it cleanly. The Vikes just threw it away again. But yeah, and there could have been a foul called as Matt got knocked to the ground. Coach Houck asking for a little bit of help from the officials.
He got bumped.
It's just been just too many turnovers tonight for the Vikings. They just have not been able to solve this 2-3 trap of the NATO. NATO looking to go up by double digits. They already lead by 9. Horner with it. Spin move. Now Adamson. Shobe, big body, can't score. The offensive rebound, shot no good. The Vikes have it. See if Jesse Jones can do anything in the open court. Off the glass, couldn't get it. Washington goes up. He's blocked from behind. Couple opportunities for the Vikes. Coach Houck really giving it to the officials. This has been a rough night. Horner may have taken steps. Traveling violation. 5:42 to go in the third quarter. Parsons has not scored here in the second half. They trail at 31-22.
Luckily, they haven't scored a whole lot.
Yep, Vikes have been outscored 3-0 in the opening minutes of the second half. Jesse Jones drives, and he got it to go over the 6'6" Adamson, kissing it off the glass. Jesse Jones.
He just, oh my goodness, did you see that?
Yep, I was looking down at my scorebook.
He threw it in and then he tapped it to the guy.
Man. Three-pointer no good. Offensive rebound though by Shobe. Throws it up over his shoulder and scores. He now has 4 points. Back to a 9-point lead for Coffeyville at 33-24. J.J. Kendrick to Johnson. Back to Kendrick. Cut off on the baseline. Jesse Jones will try a three-pointer. It's off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Adamson. Points have been so hard to come by tonight for the Vikes. They're down by 9. Horner from the top of the key. His three-pointer's off, but the rebound all the way back out. Three-pointer, again, no good. Jesse Jones is going to try to outrun the defense. Got fouled. And they're going to say it was on the floor. I think that's a good call.
Wow.
Tony, the Vikes have to get the ball in the basket. It's just that simple.
So Coffeyville has 3 offensive rebounds in the first half. They've already got 4 in the third quarter, and it's still 4:34 to play in the third quarter.
See if the Vikes try to lob it into Wheat. Nope, instead get it to him in the corner. Out to Kendrick. Vikes with the ball down by 9. Jesse fakes a 3. Now pulls up from 15. He got fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Shobe with his 3rd personal. Keandre Shobe. So Jesse, who's 4 out of 4 from the line, actually leads all scorers with 10 points. Got the free throw to go. Good thing the Vikes have shot free throws well tonight. They're 7 out of 7. But they're still down by 8 with 4:26 to go in the third quarter. Josh Shobe checks into the lineup. Horner heads to the bench for the NATO. Jesse's second free throw is also good. 11 points for Jesse. 33-26, NATO by 7. Josh Shobe. Now over to Hayes. To Logan. He's wide open. I thought he was going to shoot. Baker with the drive. Tough shot. It's an air ball. Pulled out of there by Landon Wheat. The big man brings it up the floor himself. Now he needs help. Over to Washington. He'll pull up from 15. It's a fadeaway. He got it to go.
Showing that range.
5 points for Washington. A three-pointer. And then about a 15-footer fadeaway, Tony.
We'll take it.
Typically he's making layups down underneath the basket, and let's see, was it a full timeout? Looks like it is. So Vikes within 5 at 33-28. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.
Now the Vikings trying to claw their way back into this. Down 33-28, 3:58 to go in the third quarter. Coffeyville has the ball coming out of this timeout. Tonight's broadcast being powered by Labette Health in Parsons. Hayes gets it into the front court for the NATO. Vikings are going to be in a zone. NATO has been in a zone the entire night, and it has given the Vikings fits. Logan looking to lob it inside, couldn't get it to anybody. Josh Shobe, nice spin move, drops it off to Baker. He took steps, I thought. No call. Josh Shobe back out top to Logan. Now to Shobe. Baker back to Logan. Coffeyville, as they've done a few times tonight, being very patient, making that Viking defense work. Now they lob it in, knocked out of bounds, I believe, by Tullis. And it'll stay with the NATO. Down to 3:06 to go in the third quarter. Pretty low-scoring game tonight, with the NATO leading this one 33-28. They led 28-22 at halftime. Baker out top to Shobe, just to make a move. Shobe open for three. He'll launch. No good. And rebounded by J.J. Kendrick. J.J. to Washington. The big man wants another three. That one's going to be too hard. Off the back iron. And then, boy, a rebound, but tied up. Nice job by, I think, Kendrick and Tullis in there. It'll stay with the NATO. But good hustle by the Vikes. Tullis heads to the bench, replaced by Wheat. So Vikings still hanging around. It's a good thing that the NATO has cooled off from the outside. NATO scored 19 points in the first quarter. They've only scored 14 since, but they still lead the Vikes by 5. And the corner to Baker. He thought about a three. Now he pulls up from about 10. Couldn't get it to go, and rebounded by Wheat. He's got a man out up front. It's Kendrick. Kicks it back out to Jesse for a big three. It's no good. Rebounded by Washington. He's fouled.
Yep.
And he'll go to the line to shoot two. I think it's Adamson.
3 on Adamson.
So Adamson, 3 fouls. He'll probably go to the bench after this first free throw. Washington with 5 points tonight. The junior puts up his first, and he got the roll.
How in the world did that go in?
It was obviously a little too hard when it left his hand, but it hit off the back iron and managed to fall through, so the Vikes stay perfect from the free throw line. 9 out of 9. Second free throw, also good. Vikes are perfect 10 out of 10, and they have needed every single one of those points as they trail Coffeyville 33-30. 2:23 to go in quarter number 3. Vikes stay in a zone, and it tipped away. It is a steal. Kendrick ahead of the pack, lays it in. And just like that, the Vikings are within 1 at 33-32. 2:08 to go in the third quarter. Logan with it, being hounded by Kendrick. Off to Hayes, he gets bumped, no call. Now over to Logan. 1 point ball game. Logan, nice little drive, but his jump shot no good. Then a block. Third try goes down, and a foul. Working hard on the offensive glass. Keyshawn Hayes now has 8 points. Tough break for the Vikings. They played good defense.
6 offensive boards in this quarter for the NATO.
Mack picks up his second. Hayes looking for his 9th point, no good. Do we have some sort of lane violation? And I think it's on the Vikes. Yeah, lane violation on Landon Wheat. And that free throw really wasn't even close, and now Hayes will have another crack at it. And he got it to go, so the Vikes essentially give up a point right there. 4-point lead for the NATO. Kendrick with it. Washington goes baseline and almost lost it. Back to Kendrick. Now to Mack. Trey Mack in trouble. Gives it to Kendrick at the top of the key in the corner to Mack. Now they find Jesse Jones. He looks to penetrate. His little floater will not go, but they're going to say he got hacked. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Coffeyville coach either can't tell if he's mad at the official or his defense.
That's 3 on Horner as well.
Horner picks up his third. And the 4th team foul on the NATO, Jesse Jones. Perfect 6 out of 6 from the line. And there it is, the first miss of the night for the Vikings. They are now 10 out of 11 from the charity stripe. Vikes down by 4, 36-32.
Missed that one.
Well short, and boy, the Vikes probably should have got the offensive board, and they didn't. Quickly at the other end, Coffeyville blocked out of bounds by J.J. Kendrick. And I thought, who'd they get? Did they get J.J. Kendrick?
I don't know.
It was the other guy that was talking, but JJ had his back to him and must have said something. That could have easily gone on Coffeyville, and instead, that's the same official that teed up Anaya Hinman. Boy, that's a big moment in this ball game. The Vikes had got to within, what, 1 point?
Yeah.
Boy, you won't see JJ get a technical very often. That'll go as his first personal. Boy, a big moment in this ball game. Big chance for Coffeyville to really extend their lead now as the first shot goes down for Logan. They're now 3 out of 4 from the free throw line here in the second half, up to a 5-point lead. Second free throw is good.
So the lane violation and now the technical, that's 3 points that shouldn't have been.
I'd sure like to know what JJ said, because he blocked the shot of the Coffeyville player, and the Coffeyville player was jawing at JJ. And then you know how it is. Oftentimes it's the second guy that gets caught, and I think that's what happened. So Vikings with work to do, and they just caught a break because of a silly turnover by the NATO. 38-32, Vikes down by 6. That's exactly where it was at halftime. Both teams have scored 10 points here in the second half. Coffeyville will stay in their 2-3 zone. Jesse Jones swings it over to Mack. Back to Jesse. Now to Washington. Wheat needs help. Careful. Somehow Trey Mack comes down with it. He launches a 3, and it's good. Huge shot by Trey Mack. He doesn't shoot a lot, but he got that three-pointer to go down. Vikes to within 3. Now NATO tries to answer with a 3 of their own, and they miss. Jesse Jones on the move. Tries to split a couple of defenders. He's fouled. Will they give him?
Might be Adamson.
Will he get 2 free throws out of it as well?
Adamson or Horner, one of the two.
I think it's Adamson. Nope. Horner. His 4th. 5th team foul. 4 have been called on the Vikes. Jesse Jones, 2 more free throws. He missed his last 2, and he got the roll that time. 13 points for the senior. Hernandez into the lineup for Coffeyville. Vikes, it's been an uphill climb all night long. Jesse got the second one to go. Back to a 1-point game at 38-37. Vikes have been in a lot of close games lately, Tony. They had the 1-point win over Lebec County, lost just by 5 to Pittsburgh, and now another barn burner here in Coffeyville. Hernandez out to Logan. Vikes in a zone. Hernandez hit a 3 earlier. He'll launch again. No good.
No, that was a foul.
Like it was over the back. That's what Coach Houghton can't believe. And grabbing the loose ball and putting it in off the glass is Adamson. Vikes with 5 seconds to work with. Jesse Jones got fouled, and he will not be in the bonus yet. Vikes have 2.3 seconds to work with. Down by 3, 40-37. The foul was on Hernandez, his second. So let's see what the Vikes can do with 2.3 seconds. They get it to Jesse in the corner. A tough 3. Got it to go!
Unbelievable.
We are tied going into the 4th quarter. We haven't been tied, I don't think, since it was 0-0. 40-40 going into quarter number 4. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Well, looks like we're in for another exciting finish. We go into the 4th quarter, tied at 40 points apiece. Nice job by the Vikings. They get back into it after that technical foul was called on J.J. Kendrick, and Coffeyville was able to extend the lead back out. Vikings fight back, got a huge three-pointer at the buzzer at the end of the third quarter by Jesse Jones and Tony. Vikes with the first possession here in the fourth quarter. I think this will give them a chance to maybe grab their first lead of the game. Jesse knocks down a three from way outside.
Nice.
20 points for Jesse Jones, and the Vikings lead just like that, 43-40, 7:42 to go in our ball game. And it looked like steps possibly. No call. Hernandez. Sends it over to Logan. Good look underneath, and a foul, and the basket goes down. 5-7 Hayes able to score against 6'4 Landon Wheat.
I think Landon should just stay. If he's going to foul him, he just should have just fouled him.
Yeah.
Not let him score that.
Yeah, don't do a soft foul, do a hard foul. And the free throw goes down.
Tied again.
(43-43), 7:29 to go in our game. Coffeyville will stay in their extended 2-3 zone. They've been in that defense the entire night. Trey Mack directing traffic. Swings it over to Kendrick. To Mack. Now Tullis. Back to Mack. Mack hit a big three in the third quarter. Jesse Jones has really been heating up. 20 points for the senior. Gets a screen out top. Kicks it over to Mack. Finds Washington in the paint. The big man nowhere to go. Gets it back to Mack. Now to Jesse. Vikes being patient. J.J. Kendrick. Skip pass over to Mack. Washington from 14. Cannot get the roll. Tallest working hard, but it's the big man Adamson who pulls it out for the NATO. We're still tied at 43. 6:38 to go in our ball game. Shobe with it. To Hayes. Out to Logan. Several subs waiting to check in at the next whistle. Hernandez with it out top. 1-3-1 being played right now by the Vikes. Adamson at the right elbow. One dribble. There's a three-pointer that goes down from the left wing. Shobe now with 7 points, and it is a 3-point lead for the NATO at 46-43. Mack in the corner, long skip pass to Jesse. I thought he was maybe out of bounds. Tough shot on the baseline. He can't get the roll, and it's pulled out of there by Hernandez, and then a foul on Jesse. So after the Vikings worked and worked and worked to get their first lead of the night, Coffeyville back to a 3-point advantage with 5:46 to go in our game, and they have the basketball. Team fouls even at 6 apiece. Both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Tallest heads to the bench. Logan with it now for the NATO. Vikes looks like they will stay in a zone. Logan looking. Swings it over to Shobe. Bounce pass to Hayes. They kick it out. Nice drive. And laying it in with the left hand is Hayes. 14 points. Landon Wheat goes baseline. Kicks it out to Kendrick. He launches a three. It's short. And rebounded by another one of the Shobes. 5-point lead for Coffeyville. Vikes find themselves in a hole again with only 4:55 to go in the game. Vikes have switched back. Knocked out of bounds. Touched last by Parsons. 4:52 to go in our ball game. Coffeyville with the ball and a 5-point lead. That was almost a backcourt violation. Nice drive again. Little floater short. The Vikes have it. Trey Mack into the front court. Up ahead to, oh, he almost took steps. Washington did. Back to Mack. Tipped out of bounds by the NATO. 48-43 is your score. And coach out. is going to take a timeout. 48-43, NATO by 5, 4:34 to go in the fourth quarter. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Welcome back, everybody. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you at Coffeyville Field Kinley High School. 4:34 to go in our game. Tony, 48-43. Vikes actually had the lead for the first time just a couple of minutes ago, but Coffeyville has stormed back. Vikings with a lot of work to do now. Even though they're down, it's one of those games down by 5. It feels like 10.
Yeah.
And they've offense has been better in the second half, but they've hit a little bit of a lull again. They got to get it going. They want to pull out a win here. And a bad pass, and it's a steal. Not what the Vikes wanted out of that timeout. They turn it over again, and Coffeyville in control. 5-point lead and the ball. Show, big body, turns, shoots. Will he get the roll? He doesn't. Pulled out by the Vikes. Jesse Jones looks like he wants to make a move. Oh, he explodes to the basket, but quick hands by Hayes, knocks it out of Jesse's hands. Vikes will keep it. That saved a layup.
Need a basket here, bad.
Yeah, Vikes need to score right here. Jesse Jones with it. Bounce pass to Kendrick in the paint. Nowhere to go. He throws it up and he scores. What a shot by J.J. Kendrick. He has 8 points on the night. Vikes within 3 of 48-45. 3:50 to go in our ball game. Again, both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. Hayes. Oh, nobody picks up the ball handler. He puts up a floater that goes off the back iron and drops through. He gets his first 2 points. That was Josh Show, but quickly at the other end, Kendrick tries again, no good. And Show pulls it out. So it is a 5-point lead for Coffeyville. They have the ball. 3:25 to go in our ball game. Josh Shobe with it to Hayes. He's had a good night. Another one of the Shobes at the free throw line. And where was the defense? Oh, what a great block by Kendrick. That saved an easy layup. Great. Oh, at the other end. Apparently Jesse Jones, some sort of double dribble, lost control of it on the way to the basket, but I don't know that was really the right call. I'd have to see a replay on that one to know for sure what happened. But the Vikings, I don't know, Tony. I'm not going to count the Vikings out because there's still over 3 minutes to go. But they fought and finally got the lead. And then Coffeyville came right back. And I don't know, it just doesn't have a feel of a Viking win tonight, and I hope and pray that I'm wrong.
A lot of fight in this Coffeyville team.
And a three-pointer, no good, and a rebound by Mack. Boy, he got fouled, but he is all over Mack, and they aren't calling it. And then the official on the far side finally calls it. The official, who was right there on the action, was not going to blow his whistle, Tony.
Wow.
All kinds of hand-checking and bumping going on. Trey Mack, who does not shoot a lot of free throws, going up to the line for a big 1-and-1. He hit a big three-pointer back in the third quarter. Vikings have shot free throws very well tonight. They need them all as they trail 5 with 2:57 to go. And Mack got it to go. We'll have one more. Try to get this down to a one-possession game. Mack's second free throw is perfect. Junior got him both. Yep, Coach Houck wants a timeout. Vikes still in it. They're down 50-47, 2:57 to go in our ball game. We'll take another 30-second break and be right back. This is Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
(50-47), Coffeyville leads by 3 points, 2:57 to go. Tony, what do you think the Vikes need to do down the stretch?
I'll just play solid defense and just get a couple of baskets. I think they can pull this out.
Vikes are going to pick up full court. Coffeyville hasn't had too much trouble with it. Vikes haven't used it very much. Show with it.
What is that?
What a screen! Almost knocked Tullis to the floor. Nice drive, shot from the baseline is short, but Shobe gets it back and he scores. The big man.
Big offensive rebound and putback.
He now has 6 points and tipped away. Great job by Jesse Jones to save the possession. Kendrick to Tullis. Lobs it out. Now to Jesse Jones. Oh, what a scoop shot. He can't get it to go. Tullis with the offensive board and he scores.
It. That's big by Tullis there.
He's had a couple offensive rebounds and putbacks trying to keep the Vikings in this thing. One possession game. Scoop shot at the other end is going to go, and they're going to count it.
Unbelievable.
Hayes, who's been the main scorer tonight for Coffeyville, now has 16 points. And it is back to a 5-point lead for Coffeyville at 54-49, 2:12 to go in our ball game. Vikes sitting at 8-9 on the year, trying to get back to 500. I show Hayes 2 out of 2 from the line. And we have a stoppage in play. Now we're ready to resume. Again, 5-point lead for Coffeyville with 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go in quarter number 4. Hayes free throw, in and out, no good, but Shobe with an offensive board.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how he snuck in there. Good look underneath, and then almost stolen by the Vikings, but Coffeyville again ends up with it. A big three-pointer, no good. The Vikes have it. That would have been a dagger. Up ahead to Washington. The big man, nice drive, but he can't score. And pulled out of there by the NATO. Right idea by Washington, he just couldn't finish. 5-point lead for the NATO, down to 1:40 to go. Vikes will have to start fouling pretty soon, and I'm not really sure who you want to foul on this Coffeyville team. A near steal. Oh, and then, offensive foul as Landon Wheat just took an elbow to the face. And a near technical on the Coffeyville coach. I mean, I don't know what else you want. I mean, what else can the official call?
Yeah. He held him straight in the face.
Put Landon Wheat on the ground. 54-49, Vikes down by 5, 1:33 to go. Everything's got to go right these last 93 seconds. The Vikes are going to have to get a quick basket and then figure out a way to get a stop. Jesse Jones into the front court, and the Vikes just threw it away.
It was tipped out of bounds. I thought it was by Coffeyville.
It's been that kind of night. Vikings just, all in all, Tony, I just haven't thought they've been all that focused tonight, hence all the turnovers. That was the Vikings' chance, and now they're going to really have to hope for a miracle. Show from 14, his floater goes. That could be the dagger. Vikes down by 7 now, and then a near steal at the other end. It goes out of bounds.
There's still a lot of time.
The Vikes, with the three-pointer, the Vikes have time. But, man, down 56-49. Points have been so hard to come by tonight for the Vikings. They've scored a little bit better here in the second half. Tullis heads to the bench, replaced by Landon Weed, who took that elbow to the face. Jesse Jones lobs it into Wheat, kicks it out to Washington. From 15, off the glass, he got it. And another timeout. Washington has not been able to score under the basket, Tony, but he's hit 3 shots from the outside, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Vikes down by 5, 56-51, minute 6 to go. This about the only thing I can compare this to. I remember many years ago doing a girls game here in this gym, and the Viking girls did not grab their first lead until Morgan Heisey fed her sister Megan Heisey for a corner 3 in overtime, late in overtime, and she hit it. There was a big scorer, Shea Kelly, who had fouled out, and but Heisey hit the corner 3, and I think the Lady Vikes escaped with a 1 or 2 point victory. And this game has that same kind of feel. The Vikings, although they did grab a small lead earlier in the fourth quarter, I mean, it's been Coffeyville who's had the lead for pretty much all but about 1 minute.
Yeah, the Vikes tied it up 2 different times, but other than that, they've had the control of the game.
Vikes, the full court press, just over a minute to go. Coffeyville with the ball and a 5-point lead. Show trapped. A near steal.
It is,
and they have it. J.J. Kendrick. He's trapped. Gets it to Washington. To Mack on the baseline. Now to J.J. Tough shot. They don't call a foul. He can't get the roll. Washington gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That's a late whistle.
Yes, it was. Down to 40 seconds to go in our game. Coffeyville leads at 56-51. Washington with 9 points on the night. 2 out of 2 from the line. Shake his right hand out as he took a pretty hard shot. And he got the free throw to go.
That double digits for him?
Yeah, he's 10 points. Not the 10 points we're used to him getting. He's usually bullying people around down in the paint. He's been getting it done from the free throw line and the perimeter tonight. Another big free throw coming. Got them both. 1 possession game, 56-53, and a foul in the backcourt. The Vikes will send Josh Shobe to the line. He did not score through the first 3 quarters, but he has 4 points here in the fourth quarter. This will be his first trip to the free throw line, and it's a 1-and-1. Coffeyville leading at 56-53, 36 seconds to go in our game. Vikes have to box out. Shobe with the front end of the 1-and-1, puts it up, no good.
Wow.
And who's going to get it? It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay with the NATO.
Wow,
and that was just a bad bounce off the rim. Tough break for the Vikes. When it comes off so high that even Landon Wheat can't snag it, you know, it's just a bad bounce. Tallest end of the lineup, replacing somebody.
Wheat, I think.
Yep, Wheat's going to head to the bench. And a timeout on the floor by Coffeyville. 56-53, Coffeyville by 3. About 33 seconds to go. We'll take a 30-second break. This is Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.
We're back live in Coffeyville. 33.3 seconds to go in our game. Coffeyville with the ball and a 3-point lead over the Vikes, 56-53. Tony, that was just such a bad break for the Vikes. They got the missed free throw, but it came off the rim so high. Vikes weren't able to corral it. It ended up in a tie-up situation. Vikes need to look out for a cutter to the basket here. Coffeyville gets it in, and a quick foul in the corner. And that's not the guy. Well, he's only 2 out of 4 from the line. Logan, he has 10 points on the night. Missed his first 2, made his next 2. Still a 1-and-1. Team fouls even at 9 apiece. So the rest of the way, it'll be double bonus. Couple of big bodies checking in for Coffeyville. So now the Vikes really have to box out against Shobe and Adamson. Logan trying to make it a 2-possession game for the NATO. Front end of the 1-and-1 is no good. He missed it. Jesse Jones with it. Vikes don't need a 3. He's fouled. They didn't call it. Oh, they did. It was very late. Tony.
That's two shots, not a 1-and-1.
Yeah, that'll be a double bonus. I agree with the call, Tony, but it came so late.
Yeah.
Again, it's like they're waiting until the guys actually get shoved to the ground before they go ahead and blow the whistle. So big free throws coming for Jesse Jones. He has 20 points on the night. He can get the Vikes to within 1 if he hits both of these. First one on the way is good. 56-54. We mentioned pregame how it always seems to come down to the final minute when these teams go up against each other. Second free throw by Jesse. No good. We have a lane violation on who?
On Coffeyville.
Lane violation. Jesse Jones is going to get another crack at. No, it was a foul.
Oh, a foul.
They called a foul, and he's done. 6'4"
wow.
Shobe heads to the bench with his 5th foul, and 2 free throws.
He can't
coming.
believe it. Look at him. He's like, me?
And talk about a guy who doesn't shoot very many free throws, but had a couple of big baskets for the Vikes tonight. Trey Tallis, 6'1" junior, going up to the line in a pressure-packed situation. 56-54, NATO by 2 with 27 seconds to play. Tallis can tie this game if he knocks them both down.
Unbelievable.
Tallis, the southpaw, puts it up. And it's off the back iron, no good. He'll have one more. This is still a big one, Tony. Every point critical.
Yep.
Second one for Tallis on the way. He got it. 56-55. Coffeyville by 1. 27 seconds to go. Hernandez checks into the Coffeyville lineup. Vikes pick up full court. Both teams in the double bonus. Hernandez gets it into Shobe. They want the quick foul, and they got it. Shobe missed the front end earlier. This will be two shots. Again, if he makes both, still just a 1-possession game. 25 seconds to go. Coffeyville leading by 1. Shobe with 4 points on the night. 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Much smaller team on the floor for Coffeyville. Surely the Vikings can box these guys out and snag a miss.
Don't say that.
The first one is perfect. 2-point lead for Coffeyville, 57-55, 25 seconds to go in the game. Adamson in there to play defense and rebound. Replaces Hernandez. 2-point lead for the NATO. Shobe trying to make it a 3-point lead, puts it up, and it's perfect. 3-point lead for the NATO. Vikings don't have to have a 3 on this trip, but they might try it anyway. Washington for the tie. It's going to be a short and rebounded by Adamson. They should have. So NATO closing in on the win, 58-55. I don't think that's really who, even though he hit a 3 earlier, Tony, I don't think Washington is the guy that you want shooting the potential.
Especially with, I mean, there's still 15 seconds on the clock after the foul. They should have tried to get it to Jesse Jones.
Right. So this could do it right here if Adamson knocks down one of these. It's up, it's good. It's going to be very difficult now for the Vikings. 59-55, 4-point lead for the NATO. Adamson puts it up, and it's good. 5-point lead, 15 seconds to go. Here come the Vikings. They need to get a shot up. Jesse Jones, a long 3 is good, and we have a timeout. Jesse Jones will not let the Vikings die. 60-58, 8.6 seconds to go in our ball game. Jesse Jones up to 24 points. What an effort. We anticipated a much bigger night offensively from Jesse Jones than he had back in January when these teams played, and he has not disappointed. 24 of the team's 58. So, Tony, they either need a quick steal
or a quick foul
and pray for at least one miss. Double bonus again for both teams. I mean, hats off to the Vikings because they had a terrible start to this game, and they were down 22-11 early, fought back, actually had the lead very briefly in the fourth quarter. Then a nice little run by Coffeyville pushed it back out. I think they had a 5 or 6 point lead. The Vikings kept chipping away, and I guess if Coffeyville gets it in and hits a couple of free throws, the Vikes will finally run out of time. But the Vikes have fought to the end. Landon Wheat has not scored here in the second half, Tony, but let's not forget he took that elbow to the face. And I don't know, Coach Halk upset with something. I don't know what happened. Vikes are going to have to get a quick foul, and they do on Shobe. He just made a couple. And the Vikes get the foul with 6.9 seconds to go. Love to see a couple of misses here, but the Vikes have to have him miss one or this game is over. 2 point lead for Coffeyville, 6.9 seconds to go. Hernandez heads, no, they're gonna have to wait for the first free throw to be shot. And then Adamson will come in for Hernandez. Shobe with 2 free throws. Puts it up. No good. So the Vikes have a chance. But they better box out the big man, 6'6" Adamson. Second free throw. Missed it. Vikes down by 2. That looks like a foul. Here come the Vikes on the move. Just 4 seconds to play. Kendrick puts it up. He scores at the buzzer. We're going to overtime. What a shot by J.J. Kendrick. Tony, I can't believe what I just saw.
I can't either. Unbelievable. Wow.
J.J. Kendrick got it and just went hard to the goal. I thought he maybe got fouled before he got the shot off. No whistle. Puts it up off the glass, and we're going to overtime. And
unbelievable.
These cardiac kids, also known as the Parsons Vikings boys, strike again. They came from 14 down in the fourth quarter to up in the Grizzlies 71-70. And now they, after trailing virtually the entire game, they force overtime. We're on Valentine's night in Coffeyville. We'll keep it here at the gym.
Well, let's see what they got left in the tank. Number 23, Shobe, fouled out for the NATO, so that was one of their bigger guys. But for some reason, Landon Wheat's staying on the bench.
I'm wondering if
it's not fouls. I don't think he has more than 2 fouls.
Yeah, it may have been that shot he took to the face, Tony. Hard to say.
Because you would think he'd be in this jump situation right now with Adamson.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. It makes me think he may be done for the night. We are ready for 4 more minutes of basketball, and the opening tip won by the Vikings.
Washington got up there. Vikings need to score quick.
Jesse Jones with it. Then Landon Wheat is banged up on the bench. Kendrick, who hit the big shot to force overtime. To Mack. To Kendrick. He wanted to make a move. Now he dribbles back out. Over to Jesse. He's going to launch a 3 for the lead. May have been partially blocked. And if the Vikes had seen it, I think they would have been able to snag it and put it in for an easy putback. So nice defense by Coffeyville. Now we may have maybe a Coffeyville player was injured. Hayes has it. He's had a good night for the NATO. 3:15 to go in overtime. We are tied at 60. Yeah, he has a cramp or something.
He's hurting. Josh Shove's hurting.
One of the other Shobes with it now. Coffeyville being very patient. Back out to Logan. They just
lost it out of bounds.
I didn't think we touched it.
Oh, no way!
I didn't think we touched
it. Jesse's pleading with the ref. Oh, my goodness.
60-60, 2:54 to go in overtime. Coffeyville gets it out top to Adamson. Gives it off to Horner. We haven't seen him on the floor for a long time. He has those 4 fouls. Hayes with it. Adamson kicks it back out. Coffeyville continues to be very patient. Vikes in a man-to-man. Adamson again, guarded by Washington. Out of Horner. Boy, I think they're just looking for an easy basket, Tony. Looking for a cutter. Well, that looked like up and down. That's a traveling violation.
Sure enough.
On Logan.
Yeah, the Vikes need to score here.
Yeah, it's a tough break having Landon Weed on the bench. It's got to be, you would assume, injury related, Tony.
Yeah.
And I just hope he's okay. He took that shot to the face back in regulation. Vikes with the ball. Neither team has scored here in overtime. 2:08 to go. Tallest with it. He almost took steps. Kendrick, the top of the key. Coffeyville still chasing in that 2-3 zone. Oh, there was I guess an illegal screen. Was that the call?
Yep. Called on Tallest. Wow.
No, they
called on Trey Mack. No, it's just now put on the board.
Okay.
3rd foul on 21.
Trey Tallest picks up his 3rd on the illegal screen. So neither team able to put the ball in the basket. And we've played it over 2 minutes here in overtime. Tied at 60. Horner with it. Vikes in a man-to-man. Oh, Horner almost lost it. Vikes trapping.
Oh, he traveled.
Yeah, I thought there were a couple of traveling violations. Horner into the paint.
He lost it.
Who's got the loose ball? Boy,
that's got to be a travel.
Oh, my gosh. They're going to give Coffeyville a timeout, and it could have easily been a traveling violation on Adamson as he was rolling around on the floor, which, of course, is illegal. Well, going to be a hard loss to take for whoever comes up on the short end of this one. Coffeyville will be sick because they led almost the entire night for the Vikes. You know, to come all the way back, get the big shot by Kendrick to force overtime, but then to have your best post player in Landon Wheat sitting on the bench for all of overtime.
Yeah, this is definitely Jesse Jones needs to take over and take it to the basket.
Both teams, of course, in the double bonus the rest of the way. Coffeyville will have the ball coming out of this timeout. The possession arrow also favors Coffeyville. Logan to throw it in from the baseline. Vikes need to look for cutters. Here comes one. He slipped. Now they go out top to Hayes. He's guarded by Kendrick. Minute 35 to go in overtime. We're tied at 60. Corner to Shobe. Pump fake. Logan. Seems like nobody wants to take the big shot right here. Adamson at the top of the key. Back to Logan. Gets around Mack. He takes
That's got to be a travel.
Yeah, good defense by the Vikes. You know, Trey Tallest has played very well tonight.
He's played a big game tonight. 2
offensive rebounds that he put right back in for baskets, and then in crunch time, he hit 1 out of 2 free throws for the Vikes, and then he just forces a travel. Vikes with it, tied at 60, ball knocked out of bounds by Logan. We are down. We have played 3 minutes, Tony, of overtime, and nobody has scored.
I think each team's only shot 1 time.
Yeah, and you're right. Earlier you said it's Jesse Jones' time. I would love to see him get a touch here.
He needs to come up top.
Yeah, he does. He needs to come get the ball. Kendrick to Washington. Washington looks to make a move. He got bumped, but he scores anyway. 13 points for Washington, and the Vikes lead by 2 with 45 seconds to go in the extra session.
Near
They weren't
turnover.
looking. It is a turnover. Trey Tollis does it again.
Big time for Trey.
Vikes lead by 2 with 41 seconds to go in this extra session.
Now they're going to have to foul. And they're not even picking up full court, Scott.
Not yet, they aren't. We'll see if what they do with their. Looks like they're going to stay in the zone, but they're extending it way out to half court. Jesse Jones. I'd be fine if the Vikes look to score, Tony.
Yep.
So many times we see a turnover in these situations. They're chasing Jesse. Now to Mack. Down to 18 seconds to go. Now they are going to have to foul, and there it is.
I was going to say, what is Coffeyville doing?
They're going to put J.J. Kendrick on the line. He hit the big shot to force overtime. And if he hits them both, it's going to be tough for Coffeyville to come back. They let a lot of time run off.
They let 32 seconds run off the clock there, Scott.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
And if he knocks down both of these, that's a 4-point lead with 15 seconds.
First one for J.J. Got it. He has 11 points, 63-60. Trying to make it very tough on the NATO. JJ's second free throw on the way. He got them both. 64-60. Timeout. Parsons.
Wow.
Wow, the Vikings looking to pull off an improbable comeback again, leading at 64-60. 15 seconds to go in overtime. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on B93.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
Vikings leading it in overtime, 64-60. Tony, the NATO 15 seconds away from getting shut out in overtime. They're going to have to go quickly, and if they have any timeouts left, go ahead and burn one because they're down 2 possessions. Vikes going to pick up. It's a little bit of full court, making the NATO use some time. Hayes, well, they're using a lot of clock, Tony. They get it down to Adamson. Don't foul him. And they fouled him. That is the last thing the Vikings wanted to do. Tony, they could not have lost this game if they wouldn't have fouled him.
Yep.
Now, if he makes one and then misses and they get an offensive board, there's still hope. Still going to be tough for Coffeyville, all the way down to 5 seconds, with Parsons leading this one 64-60. 2 free throws for the 6'6" Adamson. First one on the way is good. Coffeyville going to call a full timeout. Even though it's a full timeout, we'll keep it here at the gym, kind of set the stage for everybody. 5 seconds to go in overtime. Parsons leading 64-61. So now, Tony, they've got 2 options. They can tell Adamson, miss this free throw, and they just have to hope
they get the rebound.
That they get the rebound and can get it kicked out for a 3-pointer to force double overtime. Or he can try to make it, get him within 2, and then they have to go for the quick steal or quick foul and hope that Parsons misses a free throw. It's kind of the flip of where we were at the end of regulation. And I don't know. I have a feeling coming out of the timeout, I think he's going to miss. I don't know if he's going to miss on purpose or not. I just have a feeling the big guy's going to miss this one. And the Vikings, with Landon Weed on the bench for whatever reason, are going to have to box out. Hats off to Trey Tollis. He's played some big minutes for the Vikings tonight. Made a lot of plays that aren't going to show up on the stat sheet. That he has really made the most of his time on the floor. Of course, the senior leader, Jesse Jones, doing what he does so well, leading this young Viking team. He leads all scores with 24. Here we go. Adamson up to the line, has one free throw left, 5 seconds left in overtime. Parsons leading this one 64-61. Coach Hauk saying box out. You can hear him all the way up in the crowd. He does miss it on purpose, and then he crossed too early. I saw that happen in a Final Four game.
Wow.
Adamson threw it off the rim hard, but before it hit the rim, he crossed the free throw line. That's a violation. Now the Vikes need to get the ball in, and they do to Jesse Jones, and he's fouled quickly with 4 seconds left. And if Jesse Jones, the guy you want at the line, can just hit 1 out of 2, Tony, this game is over.
Yep.
Are the Vikings going to pull off another comeback win against Coffeyville? It sure looks like it at this point. Jesse looking for his 25th point, which would clinch it for the Vikes. Nope, he kind of rushed it, Tony.
Yeah, he's
one more
needs
here.
to take his time.
5'9" senior, 4 seconds left. Jesse Jones trying to clinch it. In and out, no good. And a quick timeout by Coffeyville with 3.4 seconds. If I would have bet the house that Jesse Jones would make at least one of those.
I can't believe that.
So now, some more things to think about, Tony.
Yeah.
Do the Vikings foul and make them go to the line and not even let him get off a potential game-tying three-pointer?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
With Landon Wheat on the bench, I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah, because if they make one and then they miss one on purpose, a little tap back could win the game for them.
I don't think Coach Hauk will do that. My goodness.
Yeah.
I think the one Jesse really wants back is that first one, because I just thought he kind of was a little too lackadaisical, but also a little too rushed with it.
I agree.
I thought for sure he'd knock down the second one. It looked good as soon as it left his hand. But it spun out. Coffeyville had that timeout left. And they're drawing a lot of stuff up on the sideline. They may go for some sort of home run ball, because they will have to go quickly. Double bonus for both teams. Vikings trying to hang on now, which I can't believe I'm saying that after Coffeyville led for virtually the entire game. Now it's the Vikes trying to hang on and get this win in overtime. Here we go. Now Landon Wheat back on the floor just to disrupt the guy throwing the ball in. Vikes make sure they lob it up, and Adamson has it, and he's fouled. Oh, they didn't call it, so three-pointer for the tie, no good! They fouled Adamson on purpose, and they didn't call it. And the Vikings escaped 64-61 in overtime.